Top of the top.
I got my trues on, but I don't know where I'm going. Like where the bitches at, my nigga, like shit, I ain't knowing. Fuck it, I'ma hit them all and pop a few tags.
Hello Kitty, what's happening? 223s. What's up with it? Let's add people to the live. I keep it thing on me, I'm not a rap star. You want a big piss, big dish, and every motherfucking name good. I keep it pimpin', man, you know my game good. Top of it, what's happening? What's up with it, man? Top of it, man. Let's add people to the live. You know what I'm saying? Turbo, what's up, my guy? What's happening? Soundscape, what's up with it? Young Pharaoh, Turbo, Hello Kitty, Just Me, 007, what's happening? Let's add people to the live. Let's add people to the live. You know what I'm saying? Nigga, pink bottles. You know what I'm saying? I'll be tripping off of like, cause this is a damn trip. Hey. God's gift. What's up, my boy? Another day in paradise, man. Another day in paradise. Steak sauce. Top of it. Another day in paradise.
What's happening with the game, man?
Man, another day in paradise, man. How you doing?
Shit, blessed and highly favored beyond measure as I'm supposed to be every day, man.
No doubt, no doubt, no doubt. Let's get more people in the live, man. Let's add people to the live. I got my brother here, man. For those that don't know, man, you want to introduce yourself?
Oh, yes, the ultimate blessing sent down from heaven to this game to penetrate, educate, elevate, and most importantly, empower a young bitch's brain. God's gift. That's it, you know.
No doubt, man. No doubt. It's my great brother right here, God's gift, man. And we're here to talk about this game and provide knowledge and be scientists of game and not just librarians. Let's add people to the live. For people that don't know, I currently have my YouTube channel, and my YouTube channel is Ambassador Ron 16. Make sure you hit the subscribe button. You know what I mean? Before we even get started, I have to make sure that everybody hits the subscribe button, like, comment, and share. So my brother here, man, God's gift. You know what I'm saying? We about to give you guys nothing but an instant classic. You know what I mean? Anytime God gets, go ahead.
I said always.
Yeah, off top. The people want to know, man. The people that was like, you know, we want to hear from you in God's gift. You know what I'm saying? We want you guys to actually, you know, go live and talk about this game, man. You know what I mean? There's so many things to talk about in regards to this game. Or murder, top of it.
So many different dimensions of the game too, you know. And you never want to rush things when it comes to the game. Allow the game to orchestrate things on its own timing. You know, that's what's gonna make it special.
No doubt, no doubt, no doubt. The real international, top of it. You know what I'm saying? What's happening? You know what I mean? Let's add more people to the live. We got to get the ladies in the live as well, man. Can we get the ladies in the live?
Definitely make sure you get the ladies, man.
Yeah, let's add, you know what I mean, for all the fellas out there, man, blessings to all the fellas out there, but let's add the ladies to the live. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Before we even get started, you know what I mean? We didn't add a few
people.
people.
Man, what's been going on?
Man, you know, I've been seeing a lot of different things in regards to this game, you know, outside. You know what I mean? A lot of young ladies are wrestlers with wigs. You know what I'm saying? A lot of young ladies are going out there just to pretty much get a breath of fresh air. You know what I mean? And it's been a lot of ups and downs within the game. But I will say this. The game is always great. You know what I mean? The participants in it, we have to do a better job. But overall, man, it's another day in paradise. What about yourself?
Well, to add on to what you were saying, one thing that I've come to the realization of is that one has to make themselves unique within this game, and the only way to do that is to actually have game. As I've noticed and you've noticed, at separate times and even being down together, we see the same motherfuckers every day.
Facts.
And it just be a different bitch's face. But they the same motherfuckers.
Yeah.
You know, and then when we sliding down and around and letting whoever these individuals are, you know, talk their shit, pop their shit. They saying the same shit the next nigga just said.
Facts. Facts.
And even to dive deeper into that, I remember I'm sweating the bitch out here where I'm at. And nigga, when I say not even 2 seconds later, P, after I'm done talking to the bitch, the nigga that pulled up said the exact same shit that came out of my mouth.
I remember you saying that.
And I looked at the bitch like, did this nigga just repeat everything I just said to you? And she just started dying laughing, right? I said, oh, I gotta go. I gotta get away from this shit. I gotta get away from over here.
Yeah. I'm glad you brought that up. I'm so glad you brought that up. You know what I mean? Because part of being a scientist of the game and not just a librarian. See, a librarian, you can read, you can open up a book, you can regurgitate, you can copy, you can emulate and impersonate. You know what I mean? See, when you're a scientist of the game, you have the experience. You put things to use. You know what I mean? You have all those experiences to lead back. You're hands-on.
Yeah.
You know, when I say hands-on, for all the fellas, I'm not talking about turning to Oscar De La Hoya in the hoe. When I say hands-on. When I say hands-on, you've actually been outside. You presided over young ladies. But I will say this at the end of the day. A lot of individuals are regurgitating things that they've already heard. They're recycling lines.
Man.
So a lot of young ladies, when you got the garbage man repeating what you said, what God's gift said, when you got the weed man repeating what Ambassador Ron said, when you have a collective group of just random motherfuckers that should be in the game. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Niggas that have no business, software engineers, you know, computer technicians regurgitating what me and you said. You know what I mean? It makes it very confusing. And just because you have the information doesn't mean you have the heart to pimp.
Yeah, you don't even have the ability.
Yeah.
You know, I remember, you know, rest in peace to Uncle Phil, also known as Info P. I remember and reflect back on all the conversations me and him have had, and there were plenty of people, you know, who would copy his Facebook post, or if he said something in the video, they would be repeating the shit to the bitch, and that means you are, at least in my eyes, a counterfeit duplicate. Because now you're encouraging this bitch that you're trying to get at to be like, I think I heard that from somewhere. Or even if it was some fly ass shit that she heard for the first time, when she found out it come from somebody else, why the fuck do I need to talk to you?
Yeah.
Let me go talk to the originator of the shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Because it's like, it's one thing to, you know, and Sinful stated this before, and I'm glad that you brought it up. It's one thing to admire certain P's, but when everything you say and everything you know, every word that comes out your mouth is the exact words of another participant, there's no originality. And one thing a pimp is, he has some originality to himself. Another thing is this: you can regurgitate, you can repeat some of the same talking points as some authentic representation, but what distinguishes the individuals that are impersonating, repeating some of the same things that authentic say, what separates, you know, the people that are pretending versus the ones that's really in it, is when she asks you a question at the end of the day, because you have to exemplify everything that's coming out your mouth.
Yeah.
She asks you a question, you're gonna have to exemplify all of the information that you spit out your mouth. And a lot of people, they're not able to uphold, you know, all the things that come out their mouth because they don't have it in them. The actions don't match up with the words. You know what I'm saying? So what you tend to hear is, yeah, P, it's about staying down to the come up. A lot of these niggas, you know what I mean, they pick the bitch up when she gets sweated, but he said stay down for the come up. You know what I mean? A lot of individuals say at the end of the day, yeah, man, you know what I'm saying? I really got this pippin' in me. I got a stomach lining. But when they get knocked, you know what I mean? When these niggas get knocked, you know, they want to shoot up the whole blade. You know what I'm saying? They come with different weapons of mass destructions. You know, AKs, bar Ks, you know, my grenades, everything in the book when they get knocked. So yes, anybody can repeat any of the talking points, but what's really in you is gonna come out through those experiences, through test, troubles, and time.
Absolutely. I can recall being down on the FIG, right?
Mm-hmm.
This is how you know it's not in you versus when it is in you. So I'm down and around. She is a little light skinned joint, whatever. I'm sweating the shit out this bitch, you know, like she in a motherfucking sauna. It's like all night, just making it happen. And then out of nowhere, car pull up right next to the window. Hey, what's happening with you, P? Um, what's going on? Yeah, man. Just wanted to let you know. You know, that's my bitch right there, man. You gonna have to let her work, man, cause she out here doing it. And I'm like, oh yeah. He said, yeah. All right, for sure. I was like, oh, I gotta knock her. I have to, right?
Yeah.
But this is how the game works. Whole night, so many of them down, popping at different ones. I see the bitch getting out of pocket with somebody else, right? Had a smooth whatever joint. I didn't know if he was really this game or not because you know there's some fly tricks in this motherfucker too. But he doing his thing, bitch, and I'm hopping in the car with him. And this is how the game works. I'm pulling off. Same nigga that got try to get at me before, he pulled back up. Hey man, hey PD, have you seen my bitch? And I was like, yeah, I have seen her. I said, yeah, man, she hopped in the car with some motherfucking pimping man and took off, right? You know what kind of car they was in? I said, man, you know I can't tell you that shit. Damn, all right, man, thank you, man. And I'm like, this is not you anyway.
Yeah.
Cause then, even if you green to this motherfucking shit, you're not about to do that.
Yeah.
When I was green to this shit, I didn't do that. You understand?
Facts.
Anybody
It,
else that I know, including you, we don't do that.
yeah.
No. And it's happened time after time because this lifestyle has been so popularized and glamorized over Instagram and shit like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
So where anybody that has a cool con state of mind, cool con conversation, they think they could just take this information and apply it. But the game don't work like that.
Mm-hmm.
The game is kind of like okay, I'm gonna use the example of Thor's hammer.
Mm-hmm.
Not everybody can pick. No, I don't. It don't give. Who gives a fuck who try to come pick this shit up?
Mm-hmm.
It's not in you to pick this shit up. You're not gonna be able to do it.
That's a fact.
You know.
It's a supply and demand, you know, within a lifestyle.
Yeah.
How many times have you heard stories of, you know, a broad saying, you know, he was on some boyfriend shit, and you know, he has my ID, he has my social, he has my clothes, he has my bag. How many times you done heard that, right? But then you
Yep.
get on the phone with the individual, and you know, when you get on the phone with a lot of these dudes, and you talk with edit, you talk with class, you talk like you have common sense,
Absolutely.
you talk how a gentleman of leisure should talk, right? They immediately switch it over. Oh yeah, you know, we all gentlemen at the end of the day. You know what I mean? So he's deciding if he's a gentleman based off of who he's talking to. A lot of
Yeah.
guys, they have a identity crisis within the game, and they code switch. You know, they want to become some authentic representation when they're on the phone with some authentic representation. And what you hear is he's saying all the things. You're like, okay, he sound like some pimping. He sound like some pimping. Oh man, you know, sometimes these niggas will even try to fool the pimping, but the pimping has a level of discernment.
Yeah.
And a lot of guys, they're able to emulate, impersonate. They take the same talking points. They're able to say the exact same things that
Top
authentic individuals.
boy.
Top of it, man. Hey, blessings to everybody in the live, man. Can we add more people to the live?
Yeah, let's
You know,
get.
this will. Go ahead.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's top of it, Uchi. Let's add more individuals to the live, y'all. heart it, like it, you know, send it off to whoever you need to. Get the ladies up in here as well, you know, because I'm gonna keep it real. Them the main ones that need to hear this.
Yeah.
And I mean, I ain't come here to be nice to P and kind. I ain't coming to do none of that shit. We need the bitches up in this
Yeah.
motherfucker. You know, there's too many niggas that try to be a part of this shit that ain't a part of this shit anyway. But those who are solid within it, salute you. And those that just want to be viewers from the audience that are squares, you know, that's cool too. Players, max, whatever you want to be. Just don't be no impersonator of this shit.
Come on now.
That's it.
Like I was saying, when you say impersonator, a lot of individuals they're able to trick the or try to trick the pimpin',
Yeah.
try to fool the pimpin', and get you to believe that he's some pimpin'.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But they didn't do that at no point in time did they try to convince that bitch that they some
You
pimpin'.
want to know why?
Which it's not even his duty to convince. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But he didn't even try to convince. It's not even his duty. He was trying to convince her at the end of the day that he was a real nigga.
Yeah.
And what tends to happen at the end of the day is you get on the phone, man, he sound like some pimping. But then, you know, these devices at the end of the day reveal what's real.
I think I,
So you get to see in messages,
yeah.
you get to see in pictures, you get to see in different things. And you're like, this nigga ain't no pimping. But you can see how the bitch was easily lied to. You can see how the bitch was easily manipulated and thinking he was.
Yeah. It comes from it's so funny. It comes from an impression standpoint.
Mm-hmm.
Individuals, no matter what walk of life you in, somebody's always gonna look up to you, even if you don't know who they are. But for somebody who wants to get close to you, they're gonna do everything to try to impress you to get close.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of it takes place within this game. You know, a lot of those who know the handshake, you know, quote unquote, know the lingo, know how to dress, things of that nature, they will wrap all that up, put it together, and then when they step out, they be like, "Ooh, he might acknowledge me tonight." You know,
Mm-hmm.
I've been a fan for a long time. It might work out tonight.
No,
So, with that being the case, I don't look at this game from a regular eye point of view. I look at this shit from a spiritual point of view because it's spiritual, you know. So when it comes to shaking hands or being in the presence of somebody or hearing what they say and how they say it, the spirit of discernment's gonna kick in and be like, "Oh, you need to stay away from this motherfucker."
Yeah.
Or he not this, but he cool, you
Yep.
know. Or okay, yeah, that's some authentism right there. You know, somebody authentic right there.
Mm-hmm.
And just with me knowing, that's why I stay away from a lot of motherfuckers. You know,
Yeah.
look, I'm not trying to know everybody. I don't want to know everybody.
Mm-hmm.
But for those that the game places within my path, that's different. You
Yeah.
know, and as Uncle Phil always used to say, man, if you trying to meet up through the bitch, you know what I'm saying? Because that's gonna show me what's real.
Yep.
All that other shit, you know, for niggas who is blind and paying attention, you don't never know what kind of situation you could end up in being around motherfuckers like that.
Mm-hmm.
You know? That's why anytime I've been down and around, I haven't necessarily hopped out the car to converse with a whole bunch of motherfuckers that don't give a fuck about me anyway.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
No, that's
But for
right.
you that the game put us in contact with each other, it's different. Because y'all
Mm-hmm.
gonna have a conversation on the intellectual level to be like, damn, I understand that.
Yeah.
Okay, I get what you're saying right here. But all that
Mm-hmm.
other shit, nah. Everybody from the bitches who are girlfriends to ones that are 309s, even to the real 304s, and to the niggas that are squares, that are boyfriends, and even to the ones that are in this game. When it comes to interactions, everybody not gonna fuck with each other anyway.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be a very, very small part. This was Sin told me before. He said, man, when it comes to this game, due to the fact that I gotta do with bitches and bitch ass niggas and then money combined with all of that, he said, man, you'll be blessed if you got a small portion, a small handful of individuals that you actually fuck with. Because
That's right.
everybody else is gonna be out for themselves, whether they real or not. You know what I mean?
That's a
So,
fact.
yeah,
That's a lot of, and I like what you said in regards to meet through the bitch.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Because even meeting through the bitch, you know what I mean? I'm gonna be honest with you. Some of these niggas I wish I never met through the bitch because it wasn't in them. It wasn't in them to even be within the lifestyle. And when they get knocked, you know what I mean? These niggas go. The first thing they do, they don't pick up their pippin. They pick up a pistol.
That's,
Now he in the car pouting with a pistol, contemplating on what he gonna do to me. Not on what his next move should be within the lifestyle in regards to knocking. You know what I mean? Changing his ways. You know what I mean? In regards to how what's your approach in regards to how you gonna sweat. Not
yeah.
exercise his mouthpiece. No, none of that. Their mindset is, you know what? I want him out of here. You sat up there and knocked me, and I don't want to meet somebody now. Like
Now
me
I'm
through the
about to
bitch.
knock your ass
Yeah,
down. That's how
I'm
it
gonna knock
is.
your ass down,
Yeah.
nigga. You play with my livelihood.
Yeah.
You got me fucked up, Ambassador Ron. You playing with my Playing with my money. That's like playing with my emotions.
Yeah.
You know
They
what I
on
mean?
some
A lot of these dudes, they have that mentality, like the whole meet through the bitch thing. Yeah, you know what I mean? Yeah, I do believe at the end of the day, he's some authentic representation. But how many of these cats really, really, truly want to meet through the bitch? You know what I'm saying? If
nah.
anything, if I'm gonna meet you through the bitch, this gonna be your last breath on earth. You gonna take your last breath when we meet each other. You got niggas pulling up with shotguns, AR-15s and stuff like that, man. And it makes it to where it's very dangerous for the authentic representation because
Yeah.
it's like I don't want this young lady to go with an individual that he doesn't have the mental capacity to control his emotions. He doesn't have the emotional capacity to control himself.
Yeah.
So a lot of individuals, they don't belong within this lifestyle. They don't have it in them. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't want to meet some of these niggas through the bitch. You know what I mean? I absolutely
I
don't.
did.
I don't want to meet them.
Yeah. And it's funny that you say that because now that I think about it, the game brought it to my attention. If these niggas can't even control their dick around the bitch, what makes you think they're gonna be able to control how they feel once they find out that the bitch is gone? You understand?
Yeah.
That's deadly. That's deadly as a motherfucker.
Yeah.
So you're absolutely right. Fuck even meeting through the bitch. You know what I mean?
Because it's just like, I don't want a nigga that should be working at McDonald's calling my phone. Yeah, I got the bitch, man. Well, did you get it trapped? You know what I mean? And then
Hey, you know what's funny? That reminds me, this whole time you was talking, man, I remember this thick ass chocolate bitch I used to have, right?
yeah.
So she's just, this is just so stupid, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I understand why, because how she grew up and her family, they didn't have shit together. So I understand why she operated and acted the way she did.
Yeah.
But I remember when the bitch would get mad, right?
Mm-hmm.
Bitches just disappear out of nowhere. And I always feel it within my spirit, like, yeah, that bitch is gone. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Every once in a while. So I remember I'm at Whole Foods one day. And I walk up in there, chilling, getting my smoothie and shit.
Mm-hmm.
And I ain't hear from this bitch in a minute, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's been like at least a cool 45 minutes, an hour. And usually this bitch was hitting me back to back to back, letting me know. I say, yeah, that bitch, somebody got that bitch, right? So I
Mm-hmm.
my phone, location, turned off. Call the phone, straight to voicemail. I'm like, yep, here we go again. Another repetitive story about this bitch, right? So I get to the room, P. Right when I get there, I get a call from the bitch number, right?
Yeah.
So I pick up. I pick up the phone. I'm like, hello? Yeah, man, what's happening with you, man? I was like, I just hung up, right? I didn't even waste time. I didn't want to, nigga, I'm not trying to hear nothing because I could already tell you're not, no, this is not. So I just look at the phone, hang the phone right up.
Yep.
What I do, get a call right back. I'm just like, yeah, what's happening? Oh, man, I'm just going to let you know, man. Yeah, you ain't got to worry about that bitch no more, man. I figured that, you know. I felt it in my spirit already. But, you know, hey, just out of respect for the game, man, you know, and your pimping, hey, how much that bitch give you, man? This is his response. Oh, man, it don't matter if the bitch gave me $10.10, man. I still came up on that bitch, though. And I was like, oh, all right, yeah. All
Oh
right.
shit.
And I hung up on him, right?
Yeah.
Mind you, this is I was so used to this shit happening that it didn't even faze me. Like,
Yeah.
I'm like, she always calling some. I'm talking about niggas is driving 5 hours away up north to come down south to get this bitch, right? So she already had this shit pre-planned out, whatever. Like, look,
Yeah.
when I'm mad, I'm gonna blow. You just come get me, whatever, right?
Yeah.
So that ended up taking place. Like, look, this bitch can outlie the devil. She was just so cold with it. The truth don't even live in this bitch. I don't even think this bitch know how to spell that. Coldest liar, right?
Yeah.
So, just with that being the case, why am I getting phone calls from these niggas? That's
Man.
showing me who you are.
Yeah.
You know, as a young bitch, that's showing me who you are.
Yeah.
You know, when you get mad at me for first and foremost keeping it real with you as a man, you're not used to that. And second, operating and applying everything that I'm supposed to that the game needs me to.
Mm-hmm.
That's something that you can't handle.
Yeah, you know what I noticed, P?
Hmm.
It's and this is a common thing, man. This is a very common thing, you know. And I'm glad you brought that up. It's a lot of individuals that call themselves this pimping. You know,
Hmm.
they should also be working at McDonald's and Taco Bell. They call themselves this pimping. They should be working at a fast food restaurant. But a lot of the times when these niggas call the phone, you know what I mean? I can imagine how a bitch would even choose somebody like that because, yeah, man, I got the bitch. Brother, you don't even talk like that. You know what I'm
Man,
saying? Yeah, man, I got the bitch, man. And my
he
thing it
acting
is,
like a motherfucker.
yeah, it's
I'm like,
like,
this
I talk to bitch to be
in
the
a movie.
truth. You putting
Yeah.
on, you know what I mean, this whole different voice, you know what I mean, on the phone. That's not even you, bro. That's not even how you talk. So when
Nah.
they get on the phone doing that, my first train of thought is she doesn't want the truth. Cause look at how he's calling my phone. Not only that, I got in the habit for all the authentic representation in the lifestyle. I want you to get in this habit. When the nigga get on the phone with his best pimp voice, how like sometimes it's not even their best pimp voice. The nigga sound like he on lean. You know, he doesn't even sound like he has the mental capacity to spell on a smartphone, nor he's so high he can't even count the trap. How
Nah.
would you choose somebody like she doesn't want the truth? And when he get a hello, hey P, hello, I got the bitch. I'm just letting you know, P, I got the bitch. These niggas be looking lean the fuck out, and then I don't even say nothing no more. When these niggas say I got the hello, I got the when they do that, I say all right, cool, because I already know niggas that's not of the game, they don't
Yeah.
care about the game. They want you to chase so they can put it in the rap song. You know what I
Mm.
mean? Yeah, I don't want to see, and I don't want a bitch that's gonna get knocked by one of these niggas that rap so he can put my name in a rap song. You giving them something to rap about, bitch.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That don't got nothing to do with this game. I don't want him to go cross country saying that he knocked Ambassador Rhyme. And that's his claim to fame within the game is saying he knocked an actual pimp. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, you know Ambassador Rhyme. He's sitting there rolling weed with his head down with the
Nigga
bitch
like,
getting dressed in the back. I knocked that nigga. I ain't gonna lie.
yeah.
You know what I mean? This illiterate. This stupid ass nigga. It's like this nigga right
Get
here.
fired up and all types of shit.
Come on, man. And for all the
Mhm.
go ahead. You about to say something?
The reason why the bitch don't want the truth, because the game let me know this a long time ago.
Mm-hmm.
Bitches know, and I tell every bitch this that I talk to, you know, in the game, out the game, whatever the case may be. You know, as a young lady or as a grown woman, who you can play with and who you can't play with. You know you're not gonna be able to play with me because that shit's gonna get shut down. So you're not even gonna start to try to.
They will.
I see things before they happen.
They once they, you know, even when they respect you, they'll try to a certain degree. It's about not letting her get too comfortable, because once a bitch get too comfortable, that's when she start testing you and testing you. And it's about valuing the way she looks at
That's
you.
true.
Because I see that on a regular basis where, you know, a young lady in the beginning, since everything is new, you know, she's gonna put on her best mask and her best impersonation. You know what I mean? She's gonna give you the image, you know, the ideal image of her. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The first 30 days after the, you know, because she gives you the signs in the beginning. If you pay attention and ask the right questions in the beginning,
Yeah.
she's gonna tell you exactly who she is. If you pay attention to how she reacts to
Yeah.
things and you ask the right questions, she's gonna reveal who she is. However, 3 months in is as if the bitch even lasts 3 months in. Let's just say that.
Yeah.
She's gonna start to reveal certain things, and she's gonna start to take that mask off. And it usually the bitch lasts around 7 to 8 months.
Mm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
3 months she showed you who she is. 7 months, you know, because a lot of young ladies, I can't even hear you.
I said if she make it to that long, because the bitch might not even last 7 to 8 minutes. You know?
The bitch might not, exactly. You know, staying down nowadays, man. A bitch, you tell a bitch, hey, I want you to stay down for the come up. I'm not even gonna say that no more. I want you to stay down for the come up, because that staying down sounds like a long period of time. If she's never in her life, she's never finished high school. She cheated on every boyfriend that she had. She used to sneak out the house. You know what I mean? She did.
No
There's nothing
dedication.
that she's
Yeah.
completed. There's nothing that she's completed. You know what I mean? 20 plus years, you know, 18 plus years in her life. There's nothing that she's completed, even for 30 days.
Yeah.
What makes you think that this bitch knows what staying down looks like? She doesn't know what stay down for the come up is. And you telling her to stay down, but you pick her up every time, pimp sweater. You're
Yeah.
not teaching her to be no hoe. You know, she didn't have any home training or hoe training. And that's the reason why a lot of this information that which we're talking about now, a lot of young ladies, they'll hear this shit. Oh, that was some real shit. You know, and this how you know it's not in a lot of young ladies. They'll hear what me and you was saying, because I'm gonna post this on
Yeah.
YouTube. They'll hear it. No, I ain't gonna lie. God's gift, you was saying some real shit. Ambassador Ron, you was saying some real shit. You know what I mean? And they'll still go with Willy Wonka the P. They'll still go with Bobo and Dodo, and you know what I'm saying? Just idiots. Niggas that should not be in this shit at all. So that's also how you know it's not in them.
It's a control factor. You know, at the end of the day. How things are going nowadays with our culture, black culture. Black culture, I'm gonna just keep it real, disrespectful as a motherfucker, you know, because it's it's this battle between a man and a woman, you know. Well, if you think about it, I'll take that back. It's a battle between little boys and little girls in the black community, you know, because no matter how old a motherfucker is, they still act like little kids and shit, right?
Yeah.
Because a man knows his position, and then when he comes across a woman who knows hers as well, it's automatically going to lock in.
Yeah.
So in the black community, it's a battle between little boys, little girls, right?
Mm-hmm.
So understanding how women are governed by how they feel, and a lot of these niggas is governed by how they feel too. You just got two emotional motherfuckers clashing all the time, right?
Yep.
So if she's used to hearing that, seeing that, feeling that, being around that, and she comes across somebody such as myself, somebody such as you, somebody as such as Uchi, you know, somebody, whoever else is in the game, that is, and you're operating by manhood, you're operating by truth, by firmness. That's foreign to her.
Yeah.
So it's like, what? Nigga be like, who? Hell no. I come from a rebellious nature. I come from going back and forth. You know, I come from people lying to me. You know, these little niggas lying. You know, so I'm already gonna expect that from you. You know, because I've been through it so much. So now I'm just expecting you to treat me the same way.
Yeah.
What I mean by firmness, your manhood, your ground, what you stand upon, not bending, breaking, shaking, folding, fumbling, or crumbling. Stand on that shit. Be firm about it. That's what I mean.
And
So,
then, go ahead.
okay, so when she's not used to having that, it's going to take, especially if the game lets you know, like, hey, you're going to have to be patient with this one. You gotta, I like to say, you have to dissect their mind, you know, dissect their spirit. You got to cut through all of that shit in order to rebuild them back up, right? Only if the game says to do so, because if not, you're going to be casting pearls before swine and wasting your time. But once you're able to do that, because I've done it before, once you're able to do that, and you have to get her to not only visualize, but realize as well that I'm not these motherfuckers at all. First of all, I'm a man before anything. And then second of all, my mind is just so magnificent that if I took the time to see you right now, you wouldn't even be able to comprehend it. So just watch what I do. Study me, because I'm studying you all the time. What you say, how you walk, the things that you into, what you look at on your phone. I'm paying attention to all that. How you eat, what you're eating, you know. So study me. And with you studying me, if there's such a strong interest, you're going to start reflecting that. Because the only reason you're the way that you are right now is because that's what all them little niggas showed you.
Yeah, that's real.
That's
And
it.
as you were talking, there was a few things that came to my mind. You
Mm-hmm.
know, I came to the understanding that a broad that hasn't had a man in her life, or a father figure within the household, she's always going to want power over a man. If she didn't have a father in the household, she will always want power over a man. And if she wants power over a man, she's not fit for this lifestyle. So a lot of people might say, Ron, are you saying that a young lady that didn't have a father is not fit for this lifestyle? I will say this. Not all, but the majority are not fit out for this lifestyle because they want power over a man. And if you want power over a man, you want a trick. Majority of them within the lifestyle would desire a trick.
Yeah, absolutely. Because they know a trick's going to be able to provide for them regardless of what they do, regardless of how disrespectful they may be. You know? I mean, because shit, they breaking on tricks every day anyway.
Yeah.
So that's just not that's a part of her nature. When she gets done with like, damn, I'm tired of being obedient, I'm tired of following instructions, I'm tired of doing all this shit, man. Why not just go get with a trick? Because a trick gonna be way more into me than I'm into him.
Yep.
I'm him for the money, you know. But I know he's with me having what I possess. I'm gonna be able to have power over him. So I'm gonna be able to have my way. I know I can't have my way with God's gift. I know I can't have my way with Ron. No matter how much money I get him,
Yeah.
it's not gonna
That's
happen.
a fact.
And since I'm feeling the way I'm feeling right now temporarily, I want to go fuck with a trick. And no do.
So let me ask you this.
Mm-hmm.
For the bras who they might not have a father figure within their
Yeah.
household, or they may grow up with a father figure in the household. How would you, as a gentleman of leisure, distinguish those that don't want power over a man versus those that do want power over a man? And how do you know if she's willing to make that change? Because there's some young ladies that would say, "Well, I didn't have a father in the household." You know what I'm saying? And I wouldn't necessarily say I want power over a man. How do you make that distinct? How do you make that distinction? Excuse me, oh my God, I'm fucking up on my words. How do you distinguish the difference between the two?
I'm going to pay attention to everything that she displays, not everything that she says.
Okay, I like that.
I
Okay.
tell, I tell every single one I talk to, I say, look, I'm not gonna believe nothing you say, but everything you display, I have no choice but to believe that.
Mm-hmm.
From the smallest things to the biggest things. And I know you ain't no motherfucking robot. I know you're not perfect. Shit, ain't none of us are. I don't even want you to be a robot, but I want you to be conscious enough to understand that there ain't shit that you're gonna be able to get by me. So you might as well just be the real you right now.
Yeah. There's a comment right here. I wanted to get this comment answered. You know, it was a comment. She said, "Not all men." Did you see that
Yeah,
comment?
yeah. I seen that.
What is true? What is true femininity? You know, I want her. You know, if you want to join the live, you know, definitely join the live. We can talk about it. They decode with their reverse psychology, though. Facts. Top of it, Blizzy. Top
But
of
they're
it.
only gonna, and you know what? And it's so interesting how the game works, because I was thinking about this earlier today, right?
Mm-hmm.
How Blizzy just said what he said. Now, the bitch is only gonna be able to manipulate you if you allow her to. If you got this motherfucking game up in you, since it's a mental thing in the first place, pay attention to what she's saying and how she's saying it. That's gonna give you the answer that you need, regardless of what else she continues to say. So there's not gonna be no manipulation psychology fucking around with me. Cause even if I don't mention it, when I'm paying attention, bitch, I already know what you about to try to do. And I'm gonna let you fall into your own demise. Let you fall into your own trap thinking you about to play me.
You made
That's it.
you said something so profound. I'm glad you said that too, because a lot of young ladies think you're not a pimp if you don't catch them being sneaky. A lot of young ladies think you're not a pimp if you don't catch them being manipulative. And for all the young ladies, you may be paying somebody right now, and you might think he's your daddy. You might even call him your daddy. But if you could manipulate him better than you could manipulate a trick, somebody that you consider a trick, ask yourself, is this some real folks? And another thing is this, you know, whenever you get in the state of, you can easily, because a lot of dudes don't think it's this deep. See, a lot of women have deep scars that a lot of individuals don't know about, and they don't know how deep this is when it comes to the mental psyche and really
Yeah.
asking questions and dissecting and understanding that she was trained to be manipulative. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Manipulation at the end of the day is something that she's used to. You can't tell me she's dealt with all these men, and she doesn't look at manipulation as something that she'll try on you. She doesn't even take that in mind. Sometimes, a lot of times, she's manipulating you because you're allowing. You give her an inch, she take a whole football field.
Yep.
And if you don't pick up on those things, if you don't let her know, I peep the manipulation and make
Yeah.
adjustments, because letting her know you recognize manipulation is not enough. You have to make adjustments with the young ladies. A lot of young ladies, you know what I mean, they would love to be with some authentic pimping, but a lot of individuals have let their guard down. You know what I'm saying? Because they exalt the money more than they do the pimping.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Pimping is understanding the manipulation tactics that she's throwing at you and knowing how to move accordingly. You know what I'm saying? And letting her know, hey, don't use this manipulation tactics on me. You know,
Yeah.
I'm not, but you have to display that through your actions. And a lot of fellas, a lot of the guys out there, man, they pretty much just let her be manipulative. They say, I'm gonna let her do her thing, you know, as long as she come back with the money. And they wonder why it gets more disrespectful, more disrespectful, more disrespectful. You know
Okay.
what I'm saying?
Can you read her comment? You see it?
Yeah.
True femininity is knowing your place and having the ability to uplift a man, and knowing that this man is worth uplifting. Is knowing that there's nothing wrong with being independent, submissive at the same time. Okay.
Well, Nation 86. I think that the people would love to hear you say this, you know, on the live, because a lot of young ladies need to hear this. You know what I'm saying? A lot of young ladies are in the state, in the mindset of, I'm independent. Why do I need a man? I make my own money. You know what I'm saying? I know how to sell anything. I don't need a man to sell anything. And, I'm in it because you use the word independent. And then true femininity is knowing your place and having the ability to uplift a man. I like that. This man is knowing this man's work, uplifting it, and knowing that there's nothing wrong with being independent. You know what I'm saying? I look crazy. I just woke up. You don't have to show your face on camera. You know what I'm saying? But, having you up here to actually speak, because the ladies need to hear this. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
you don't gotta get on camera. It's all good.
Yeah.
Your voice is confirmation enough.
You know what I mean? A woman's voice in regards to speaking up on behalf of healthy relationships, on behalf of an authentic man. That's something that's much needed. And in the lifestyle, outside of the lifestyle, it's much needed. Go get her
Well,
up here real quick.
oh, she's going. Okay, she coming up.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I know sometimes this may take some time. There you go.
Hi.
Hello.
No.
So yeah, I know. I was just trying to say, I was listening to when God's Gift made the comment about how men know their position, and that's what I was just like, no, not all of them do, and it's because of that, the ones out there that don't know their position is why a woman even feels she has the ability to play with the man. You know, if before times, if there was never a man out there simping, then a woman would never feel she could get away with anything, right? One, right? And two,
Mm.
the new age women out there, I'm a little older, I'm almost 40, but the new age women out there, I believe, just really need to understand that nowadays, just because we're independent and just because we're making our own money, however that may be, doctor, lawyer, or if it's out there, getting it, however you get it, doesn't make you superior than a man. At the end of the day, you're still going to need a man, and it's going to be a sad day when a woman realized how much she really didn't need a man and treated these men out here like crap, and now is wondering why the only thing she's getting reciprocated from a man is crap. Well, look, have you treated them all their lives? Like, karma's a bitch, so when it's done to you, don't be mad.
Mm-hmm.
I dig that. I can respect everything that you said. It makes valuable sense. Now, to add on to that, or I would say this, right? When you were first speaking and you said that a lot of them don't know their position, so that gives a woman a right to play with them.
Not right.
Well, I mean, shit, it does.
Doesn't necessarily give them a right, because no man at the end of the day should be played with.
No,
Like,
understand
if he came
though.
across the real woman, she wouldn't at the end of the day play with him. She would show him the king that he is and how he should be treated. So even if they don't work out, no, the next bitch ain't for to come be able to play with him.
Then, see, that's very selective though, because if that's the case, then hoes wouldn't be breaking on fucking tricks.
No, there's a trick is in the world to do
But
what he's supposed to do,
no,
and that's trick.
you gotta understand how I'm saying it though. Tricks is still men.
Yes,
They
but see, at the end of the
gotta
day,
know.
I was raised to where a black man is not a trick. And when last time I
Mhm.
checked, black men are the ones that was the peas of the game. So
How many
therefore,
black
when you
ass
come
tricks?
across a black man, even
There's a
as a
hella black.
trick, I wouldn't give a fuck even if it was a trick. Do you think just because he's a trick and he's giving you money, he deserves to be disrespected?
No, no. Hey, there's a song by the Arithmetics, right? It's an old song from the '80s, a pop group called "Sweet Dreams." And in this song, the lyrics, one of the lyrics are, "Some of them want to use you. That's the chorus. Some of them want to be used by you. Some of them want to abuse you. Some of them want to be
Yeah, that's
abused."
called dominatrix. You pay me extra for that.
No, so you gotta understand what I'm saying. So that's a universal language to any listener that was paying attention to that song. So what you say, no, men, they shouldn't be disrespected. A lot of them motherfuckers want to be disrespected.
And then that's why there's hoes in the world. That don't mean he want to get
That's in
disrespected by his
general.
wife.
There's
That don't mean
husbands,
he want to
man.
get disrespected by his wife, but he'll go pay a hooker to go disrespect him.
No,
It's a fantasy.
no. See, you're looking at it from a small portion because there's a lot of husbands that like getting disrespected by their wives.
How do
You,
you like being disrespected?
why do motherfuckers like eating cheeseburgers?
Because
Why do motherfuckers
they're
like
good. They're at least
see,
good.
so good is subjective because that disrespect might feel good to him.
Well, I feel like those are your selective weirdos in the world,
It don't matter.
and
Just look, there's selective weirdos, there's selective real pimps, there's selective con artists, there's selective dope
well, I
boys,
guess when you say a man likes to be
everything.
disrespected, in what aspect? Like, like
I don't
physically
know
beat
because
up or
I
called
don't
a
like
bitch?
disrespected. So I'm not gonna be able to answer your question the way that you might want me to, but I can say this: this game isn't one dimensional. So you could apply this information to everything. So if you're just paying attention to the conversation, right? Overall, I'm not the same. Ron's not the same. You as a woman, you're not the same. We all are into different things. We might have some similarities, but we're all into different things. You know, what turns me on ain't gonna turn Ron on. What turns me on ain't gonna turn you on. You know? So with that being the case, there's individuals that are tricks, there's individuals that are boyfriends, there's individuals that are husbands that seek after that fetish, you could call it, or just that feeling of, ooh, I want to be disrespected. You know, I like when this bitch or my woman or my wife or my girlfriend is like this. It turns me on,
Well, I
right?
feel like that also goes back to his comment about how somebody is raised. Somebody also made a comment in the comment. Maybe they had a disrespectful mother. Like, well, maybe that is the case. Maybe they grew up in an abusive
It don't
family.
it don't gotta go to that though. Now that could apply, but I wasn't raised to be like, you're gonna be a pimp when you grow up. No, I wasn't raised like that. I don't think any of us was raised like that, you know? But somewhere down the line, the spirit of the game came into our lives, right? And when the game comes into your life and it has a calling upon your life and you choose to answer that phone call, everything changes. Nobody says when they're younger, I'm gonna be a hoe when I grow up. No little girl really says that.
No,
You know what I'm saying? And no little boy says, I'm gonna be a pimp when you don't even know what that is. You don't even know what a hoe is at that age. So you can't say necessarily is how somebody was raised, but later on in life, once you start to experience things and be around certain people and hear certain music and view things from a audience perspective on some type of lifestyle, you're gonna gravitate what feels good to you.
I'm glad you
Plain.
said that. Let me say this. Now, what you're saying is true, but there's two sides to that.
Mhm.
You know, we have to look at nature and we have to look at nurture. You know, environmental influence play a role, and not only just environmental aspects play a role. Like I said, nature and nurture. So how somebody was raised within the household, and also what they surrounded themselves with. And, you know, and then life experiences, traumatizing experiences, not even just traumatizing experiences, also good experiences. So like with the young lady, because you said nobody grows up saying that I want to be a pimp, and nobody grows up saying I want to be a hoe. But there are ambassador. Top of it, man. There are situations that lead them. There are things that lead them towards that lifestyle.
Select.
It doesn't always have to be
Mhm.
traumatizing. It doesn't have to be traumatizing.
Yeah.
Like I said, nature versus nurture plays a profound role.
I mean, at the end of the day, I got turned down in a traumatizing way, but I fell in love with the money. And so, but it was like he said, I was just chilling one day, minding my own business, and it found its way to me. I didn't know nothing about it, didn't have a clue what it was. I was just chilling at a bus stop on my way to school, minding my business. So
Let
When
me
it
ask
finds its
you
way
this.
to you, it finds its way to you.
Okay, let me ask you this. Besides the money, what did you love about the lifestyle?
I liked the family aspect of it. I loved my wifeys. I loved having wifeys. I love the benefits of wifeys. Um, so, yeah, it was just I was the only child, so I guess I actually wanted that whole family in my lifestyle. You know, the feeling like I had sisters or feeling a part of something. You know, the traveling, that was fun. Who didn't like that? You know, there's so many different things I liked about it, you know, like from good and bad. You know, I honestly liked it, the tricks that thought they could try me. You know, that was funny, you know, like to me anyways. Maybe not to every little girl, but I'm not your average size woman either, you know. So I thought that was fun too. And the but yeah, I think the most deepest thing that stuck with me is the family part, and I'm still in contact with all my wifeys to this day. So,
Mm.
and we're all retired, and some of us have our own businesses. Some of us just
I'm
make really good money.
a room full of hoes. It's cute.
And, and let me ask you another question. What's your definition of being turned out?
Just, I guess, being introduced to your first trick, because it doesn't necessarily have to be meeting some ism to be considered a hooker, you know. But I would have to say, getting introduced to your first trick and getting that money from a trick, and then at that point repeating it.
Let me ask you this last question. Did you grow up in a single parent household? Did your mother raise you?
Oh no, I had a mom and a dad.
Mom and a dad? Okay, with that being said, this goes to my point. Environment versus how she was also brought up, right? So she had a father within the household. Now I can ask questions in regards to the father, but not once did she bring up, you know what I mean? I had a good relationship with my folks. It was about her wifeys, her experiences with her wifeys. Furthermore, also being turned out, it was said that, you don't have to have a pimp in regards to being turned out. So
No,
this goes to show that, just because they were in the household and the father was present, doesn't always mean he exemplified dominion and power such as a pimp. It doesn't mean that he displayed dominion and power in a way to where she says, you know what? Game is something that's respectable. Game is something that I need. A man with dominion is something that's important. So a father figure just being in the household, that's one thing. How somebody was raised is one thing, but environmental factors also play another.
I know God's gift seems to believe that it was the fact that as a child I was brought up Muslim, and this is why he feels I have the ability to respect a man a little differently.
Well, that's true too, because within certain cultures, especially a Muslim culture, um, how they are structured, from the young boys to the young girls, even when they get older, they have a different form of respect for just one another as a Muslim, you know? So that will, learning that, developing that character will automatically place um, a Muslim young lady or a Muslim older woman into a position where you're not going to really have to teach her anything about respect when it comes to a man because she was brought up like that. So she already, even if she gets into the beginning of a relationship and she's just being her natural self of being respectful and listening, if she sees that this person isn't respectful at all and can't accept how she is and respect that and cherish that, she gonna be gone. I think any woman is gonna do that who values themselves, but especially within that Muslim culture, they was brought up to do that. And then even the men in the Muslim culture, they have this form of this solidness to where they could be out anywhere. Matter of fact, when I was in LA one time, they got a big Muslim community out there. One of my cousins is a part of that whole Islamic. And when they see each other on the street, it's like a 10 HUD full soldier. Like, what's happening, brother? very respectful. So I can only imagine how it is with one of the women that are in it too. You
I
know?
got I got a question to ask you again. 86. I got a question. How do you display true femininity if at the end of the day, when I ask you, what do you like about the lifestyle besides the money? How do you display true femininity towards a man if at the end of the day you didn't display, you didn't, a man wasn't the biggest influence in regards to the game for you? When I asked you, what do you like about the lifestyle besides the money? You didn't say my
Well,
folks, you didn't say the game. So how does true femininity look like?
I did want to touch back on that. It wasn't that I didn't have a good relationship about my folks. I guess I would just say um, it was my relationships was more real pimping and hoeing. They weren't half-ass pimping and hoeing. They weren't boyfriend girlfriend pimping and hoeing. They weren't gangbang pimping and hoeing. They weren't rapper pimping and hoeing. It was just strictly pimping and hoeing. And so when it came to learning the game, I learned it from a wife, from one of my wifeys, or even other girls out there. I didn't. My folks taught me how to treat him and how to treat a trick from a man's perspective. But learning how to trick fuck and learning how to talk somebody out of their money and learning how to, all the little tricks and games that we play with these guys out here and all that. I learned that from another woman who was in it, who did it, who lived it. And so I'm not saying that a man doesn't have the ability to teach us how to do that. I just happen to have learned it from my wifeys. But at the end of the day, we all was with this one man for a very long time, like very, very long time. And we retired with that same man. I don't talk to him as much as I do my wifeys
Hold on,
though. So it's like
hold on. Let me ask you this before you continue.
you went out.
You learned the game for your wifeys. And do you think that you found a true love for the game and you respect authentic representation? Because you said it was some real pimping, right?
Well,
We don't condone or promote any criminal activities whatsoever. But if you learn from your wifeys,
we passed that.
not him, can you say it was really some pimping and on if you learned everything from your wifeys?
So I guess when I say I learned everything from my wifeys, I mean I learned the little tricks of the trade. You know, my folks actually didn't pull his dick out and say, "Here, let me show you how to do this." Well, my wifey said, "I'm finna sacrifice this trick." I can't hear you. Your mouth is moving.
Sound like some witchcraft. Sacrifice a trick. What the fuck?
Yeah, like, cause it was one of her regulars, and she saw that I was getting ready to really like, have intercourse with this man, and he was like, hold on, no, She was like, "Let me show you how we do this." Like it wasn't my folks that was in the room that day and said, baby, let me show you how we do this. It was my wifey that was like, bitch, we don't do it like that. Like,
What was the purpose of having folks?
oh man, my folks is there for emotional support. It is not easy dealing with women. We deal with a lot out there, and having the ability to come and unleash it all onto him, and he didn't take not a bit of it personal. He didn't think because I was cussing out all the tricks of the world that day that meant I was cussing him out. He didn't take none of that personal. I know at that age I was doing it. There was no way in hell I would have been able to manage all that type of money I was making. No way. And do the things that we did with that type of money. There was no way. So he was definitely there as my financial advisor, my protector, because these are grown men that we dealt with. And at the end of the day, we are just women. As tough as we like to think we are, when it really comes down to it, we cannot go toe to toe with a man. He also got me to the money. I didn't know where to go. He did. He know where not to go there, when to go there, what days to go there, what days not to go there.
Mm. Okay,
I
okay,
did.
okay.
It was my guidance. It was
I
my
see an
GPS,
accountant and a bodyguard.
my counselor, my bodyguard, my GPS, my financial advisor.
Okay, 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 okay. A little bit of everything. That's right. That's right. Now, I
But
asked that question because it may be a young lady that watches this later, and they might have a lot of questions, to ask. And I'm gonna be honest. I'm glad that you came on the platform and answered some of the questions. I'm gonna get other people up in the live, but I greatly appreciate your time within the live.
thank you.
Yeah, you have a good night.
You
All
too.
right. But look,
I don't know how to end this.
here I got you. Hold on. You know what I'm saying? Hold on 1 second. I got you. You know what I mean? God's gift.
Yeah, yeah.
Hold on real quick. Hold on. Okay. Okay. That was interesting. I'm glad that some of the questions that I asked and some of the things that I asked got answered. And for those that's watching this, you can really reflect on some of the things that I've asked, and also some of the things that God's gift also stated within the live, because it's a lot of game. Curly hair Bree was happening. You know what I'm saying?
I
Let's add more. Huh?
remember. Nah, yeah, I remember her.
Okay, yeah. Let's add people to the live. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of young ladies have they have a terrible, terrible understanding of lifestyle, and they think they're being turned out, but they're really being turned on. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you ask a lot of the young ladies what is being turned out, they totally will eradicate, separate themselves from their folks. And I'm here to tell all of the ladies that you cannot be turned out within this lifestyle if you don't have authentic and really in it folks. If you don't have folks, you can, bust a couple dates. You know what I mean? Just because he had sex with you doesn't mean, he's turning you out. You know what I mean? He may be turning you on, but being turned out is bigger than you being sent onto the blade. It's bigger than you going with your HPs or your homegirls to go bust a date with a trick. No, being turned out is much bigger than just going to the blade. And you cannot be turned out unless you have authentic folks. Authentic folks means authentic pimping. And everything we're saying on this live is strictly entertainment. We don't condone or promote any criminal activities whatsoever.
At all.
So
You know.
so for all the young ladies that's watching this, you might think, well, you might be able to go bust dates. You might be able to go sell some pussy. You might be able to get a couple dollars. But being turned out means you have embodied the lifestyle. You're a reflection of your folks. When you're turned out, you turn away from square ways. That's being turned out. When you're being turned out, what's in you is displayed. You know what I mean? You have a profound love for the game that you once didn't have. When you turned out, not only you a reflection of your folks, but he's your biggest influence when you turned out. When you turned out at the end of the day, you understand that a man is a necessity within the lifestyle. He's not there just to hold your money. You know what I'm saying? We have the wrong definition of turned out. You was having sex before you met him. So if at the end of the day all it took was for you to have sex with a trick and get a couple of dollars to be turned out
For free too.
for free,
For
you was having sex for
for
free.
the whole enjoyment of pleasure, not
Yeah,
profit.
because I don't want the young ladies to get confused and think that you can go on OnlyFans and have sex with a trick and now you're turned out. You know what I mean? What has changed mentally within your mind in regards to having a true understanding of game, a true understanding of why a man within this lifestyle is a necessity, a man in general is a necessity? That's when you're turned out. Because it's a square mindset to think that you don't need a man that can mentally stimulate you within this lifestyle. That's a very square mindset. I call it square because their minds are so small you can fit into a little box.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? And for those that want consultation, God's gift, do you want to give them your information just in case, a young lady might hear this on YouTube and decide that she wants to tap in with you?
Yeah, you can contact me at 1-600 choose up. All them numbers on your phone, and it's gonna direct you right to where you need to be.
Come on.
But all
Come
kidding
on.
aside, DM me.
Yeah.
A lot of individuals who have an interest within this, they're not going to come across individuals who have the mental capability to even explain this. That's why the majority of young ladies in the game right now, or even the ones that have been in it for a minute, they think the game is Yeah, yeah, bitch. Ah, somebody screaming out the window, you know, somebody that got just grills and jewelry and all types of shit, and the farthest motherfucker know how to say is pimp this and bitch that and hoe this and yeah, stay down. If that's all they know how to convey within a conversation, bitch, who's the stupid one? You know?
Not only are you the stupid one, you are naive, and not only are you naive, but you might want stupidity because a pimp is not a stupid motherfucker. Let me just put that out there first. A lot of young ladies might think that a pimp is an idiot. A pimp is the scumbag of the earth. A pimp should burn in hell. You know what I mean? He should be barbecued on a motherfucking grill. A pimp is not the scumbag of the earth. The pimp is one of the most prolific speakers you'll ever run across. One of the most eclectic, autodidactic individuals that you'll ever run across. And he is a level of reciprocity. There's a level of honesty. Not even a level of honesty. The pimp is gonna tell you the truth, you know. Whereas with a boyfriend, he's gonna lie to you, he's gonna manipulate you, he's gonna beat around the bush.
Yeah.
So for all the young ladies, you'll know if it's really in him at the end of the day if he displays the truth. And I do have a video called "Not Everybody Deserves Your Truth." You know, not everybody deserves to get to know you. Sinful to P also put that out. Everybody does not deserve to get to know you. So everybody doesn't get the opportunity to be in this game and of this game at the end of the day. And I have to put that out there for the young ladies that may find a profound love for this lifestyle. They might hear this and say, I love what God Gift said on that live. I love what Ambassador said on that live. You know what I'm saying? How can I reach them? Because I want to hear more of what they have to say because it's empowering. This lifestyle is more empowering than some of you square lives. A lot of y'all haven't heard somebody speak this prolific and this profound, even about their 9-to-5 job. So if I'm more passionate about what I do and you take an interest in what me and God's gift do at the end of the day, maybe you should look into it because it's too many young ladies that they don't know what it looks like to be submissive towards a man. And the lifestyle at the end of the day is very, very important. It's essential that you're submissive towards a man. So a lot of young ladies, the best way for you to be submissive is to get with a pimp because he's going to require you to be submissive. He has standards at the end of the day. He's not going to be just a nigga at the end of the day that lets you talk crazy, you puff your puff bar, blow the smoke in his face, and he sit there with his head down, you know, while you blow the smoke in his face, or everything you say, he just smile and nod his head at everything you say. No, that's not what it is with this pimping. You know what I mean? And that's facts. You know what I mean?
And take it a step further, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, a lot of people, a lot of square people, they think pimps only give a fuck about money, shit like that, right? They just think they just disrespectful motherfuckers in general. Now, once I came into the realization of this, right, I like to say this as well. The United States of America's government has been pimping on the United States citizens since the beginning of time. If a pimp is all about money, you understand? Because they're getting a piece of every dollar that you make from whatever job that you have, you know? And ain't shit you can tell them about it neither. You're not about to stand up to the government and say, well, that's not right I'm working hard at this job and you're taking 50% of what I'm making. Nigga, they're not trying to hear none of that. They gonna be like, yeah, shut your little bitch ass up. You live what we created. So,
And and for the young ladies that say, I don't need a pimp, I don't want a pimp. You know, the pimp at the end of the day, what's his purpose? Not only are you getting broke on by the state, the government, you know what I'm saying? But you have made other people outside of black people more powerful than the man that calls himself a pimp. The man that you actually could build with. You done made the supervisor more important than some actual folks. I don't hear a lot of young ladies saying I'm independent when it comes to their supervisor. I don't hear a lot of young ladies saying I don't need a man when it comes to their manager at the job. I don't hear them saying that, you know, outside of, you know, if we take a step out, you know, you only hear that when it comes to black men. And that goes to show the lack of respect for a black man. So if you don't respect a black man, how can you ever respect some alternate representation?
see, a lot of young individuals in the game and out the game, right?
Mm-hmm.
Young ladies, they believe that pimps don't give a fuck about them in the first place, right? So that's why a lot of them have adapted to the disrespectful individuals within the game, right? So a lot of them would rather have jobs and shit like that. But then I use this example all the time with myself. You know your job only cares about the position of what you could do for them, right? Because when has the last time your job done anything for you except give you money in exchange for your time? Us individuals, as men, we have to deal with everything that comes with you. So we're operating and understanding from a personal level. Your job is only operating from a level of business, because they could get rid of your ass fast and not give a fuck. They usually don't give a fuck about nothing unless you're building up their company anyway. You know,
Yeah.
we have to deal with you young ladies and women on a personal level. We have to understand you from so many different components of mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally. We have to deal with you on that. And your average individual can't do that, because your average individual just sees you as a piece of flesh anyway, that he can reproduce with, you know?
So does the manager. The manager just looks at you as a piece of flesh. He can get rid of you. You just a number. And furthermore, a lot of young ladies have taken on the retail workers mentality. You know, they think that a pimp is interchangeable. Like I said in my previous live, a pimp is like a bag of chips, or a pimp is like a phone. He's a phone plan. You know, I can go from T-Mobile to Metro. You know what I mean, to Cricket. You
Both.
know,
Yeah.
they have a workers retails mentality from the standpoint of, instead of looking at the folks as somebody that is somebody of authority, the folks as somebody as a relationship. The young ladies have taken on the supervisor's mentality. You know, supervisor can fire you at any point. A lot of young ladies feel as if I have so many options, just like the supervisor, he feels like he has so many options. A lot of young ladies feel like they have so many options. I can fire my folks. I can hire somebody else at the end of the day. You've taken on the slave master's mentality. You're not a reflection of your folks. You're a reflection of the supervisor that you work for. You have more respect for him than you do your folks. So you're a reflection of what you respect. You know what I'm saying?
Taking it a step further, even for those who don't have folks but have boyfriends, they respect the motherfucker that they work for over them.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And they only do it because they know that they can. Any bitch on planet Earth, right? If she really, really gave a fuck about who she was fucking with, it'd be displayed every second she get a chance to. Mind you, she's governed by how she feels, of course, so every day ain't gonna be perfect, but she's going to let it be known, like, I'm here to be a woman in a woman's position within your life. I'm here to make that shit as easy and as smooth as I possibly can. But a lot of these motherfuckers rather make shit smooth at work, you know, because, oh, I could get this promotion, or I could go over here, I could do this and move up to this level. But then when they get back to their so-called man, they boyfriend, they boo thing, they whatever, even individuals in the game, they folks, if they really chose up or have some type of respect for him, they don't do none of that shit. They try to make that motherfucker's life as difficult as they possibly can. And it's like, it's kind of like a sick, twisted game once they know that they can do that, you know, because with their emotions being compared to a roller coaster, it's always up and down, right? But when she knows that you view her more important than you view yourself, nigga, it's done.
Yeah.
And if you allow her to stay around because she knows the benefits that's going to come with that, you the one that's going to suffer. You know what I mean? So
It's like,
it's just so many different ways to see it and explain it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's kind of like the roots of a tree. We don't know how deep the motherfuckers goes, but they down there. So yeah.
No, that's real life. It's like if if, if I ask some of the young ladies at the end of the day, working your
What's
job
that?
that you work, you know, what positive characteristics did you learn from working your job? Have you learned any characteristics from working your job? A lot of them wouldn't have an answer. Developing positive characteristics at the end of the day, you know what I mean? That doesn't exist where they work. Not only that, if I ask a young lady, how has being a square helped you with men? A lot of them don't know their calling is to be in the lifestyle. A lot of them don't even know that you're not even good with men because you're not dealing with somebody that's on the caliber that commands respect, like the gentleman of leisure. Not to say that a gentleman of leisure is the only man that commands respect, but I would say to the highest degree, to the highest level, yes. You know what I mean? One of the most profound speakers of our time, Malcolm X, he was somebody that was a gentleman of leisure at one point.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? And he commanded respect in the way he talked. When you look at these lives, I don't want you guys to look at just the title Gentleman of Leisure. I want you to also look at the characteristics they exemplify. You want to be a part of something where you exemplify great characteristics. And if that job is not helping you pull out those characteristics, ask yourself, am I the better version of myself where I'm at? If I'm not the better version of myself where I'm at, you know, life is ticking. You know, do I have time to waste time if I'm not the best version of myself? If I'm not the best version of myself at the end of the day, is this job going to challenge me to be the best version of myself, or am I just here for a paycheck? A lot of young ladies, like I said, you only with the folks because of a paycheck, not because you're the best version of yourself, and you are still a square, and you haven't been turned out at the end of the day. And some of y'all not gonna be turned out because there's a difference between being green versus square at heart. But it's essential that you discover these things and ask questions. Jump in God's gift DMs. Tap in with them. Jump in my DMs. Ask questions. You know what I'm saying? And if you want to seek consultation, you can definitely seek consultation. If you want to extend a generous gesture, my cash app is $ healthy relations 7. That's $healthy relations 7 for those that may listen to this later. Top of it to everybody in the live. Let me just say that too.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm gonna add on that for anybody that does want to reach out and get information, I'm gonna let you know this right now. If you don't have a desire to be the best you that you've ever been, there's no need to speak to me, because I'm gonna give you information concerning that, and you might not give a fuck about it in the first place.
Yeah.
So we don't gotta waste any time, because that's way more important to me than anything you can offer.
Yeah.
Don't do it.
Yeah.
But if you know deep down within your spirit that you need to make a change within your life, whether you're gonna be in the lifestyle or not, we can talk about that. Cause I don't want to have a conversation with anybody who don't want to be the best them. Cause every day I'm becoming the best me.
Facts.
All
Facts.
the time. You know, as each second passes by, growth, straight up, progress within the process of what I'm preparing myself for in the future. That's it.
How do you think interdependence takes place in life rather than independence? Mm.
Well, everything starts with you in the first place. Before you can get on a team, before you can combine forces, everything starts with you. With,
Facts.
Top
you know,
gentlemen, tops gentlemen.
Top
absolutely.
of it, what's up, my
Man.
guy?
Top of it. How you
Oh,
doing?
oh man, I can't call it, man. Just hanging in there, ducking and dodging
No,
these suckers, man, and all this extra ass shit we got going on.
no doubt. Shout out to my guy, man. Man, major doing things in a major way, man. You know what I'm saying?
Oh man, man.
Yeah, that's what's happening.
Ah,
Yeah.
man, what's going on? I was just here, man. Just listening in, man. A lot of more people should open their ears to some of this good ass shit, man. You be over here talking and spitting around this motherfucker, man. You be dropping some real jewels, so. We got this platform right here, so we might as well use it. So, I'm just gonna just fill in my seat and just, continue on with the study. Bring out my
Absolutely,
notebook,
man.
man.
No, I appreciate
Hey,
that.
some of this shit scary to hear though. I'm gonna keep it real. A lot of motherfuckers gonna hear this shit and be like, "Nope, I'm deleting Instagram. I'm throwing my phone away. That shit was way too powerful, and I can't see myself even being able to reach anything that they said within a sentence."
Yeah, that's true. So, hey, Major, why do you think a lot of people are scared? You know what I mean? Are terrified or petrified of the information. Where's the scarcity? Why have scarcity towards the truth?
I was just about to say, it goes back to, just the originality of the truth hurts. Nobody, well, I can't say nobody, but a lot of people don't like the truth. It's scary. It hurts. It hurts to see how the outer world or people other than yourself sees you.
Mm,
When people look in the mirror, they still don't see the actuality of they self. So when someone is telling them something about their self, they're scared of that. It infuriates them because it's like, I can't see that. Why can't I see that? But it's like, you can. You're just running away from the truth. You see it in the mirror yourself, but you're telling yourself something different. So when you tell somebody you're not ready for this game, you're not ready to be great, in their head, oh, I'm ready to be great. I do want to be great. I see this, I do that. I see people do this and that and third, but that don't mean that you're ready.
Yep.
You may see the things that the fruits of other people's labor and stuff like that and be like, man, why can't that be me?
mm,
No,
But
that's real.
it's like a lot of motherfuckers, a lot of people don't have the actual drive to actually do that. And when you tell them like you're not ready for that, they get to get mad and oh man, what do you mean I'm not ready? I do this, I be down every day and da 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 da. Da. I make this amount of money, and it's like, okay, but what are we doing this for? What is it for? A lot of people see that's what scares them too because they don't have. I wouldn't even say an end game because there's no end game to the game. The game is everlasting, it's forever. So,
yeah.
but as far as they don't have no goal, no aspirations on where they actually want to go. A lot of people. It's not 18 people in here. Out of the 18, 17 people in here, probably only 10 people can tell you where they want to be at in 5 years and give you an actual like with goals, aspirations, and steps and everything to get there. The rest of the people, I wouldn't even say 10 people is too much out of
Yeah,
17. I say like 6 or 7, if that. So a lot of people don't even think that far.
that's
So
true.
it gets scary when you start talking about people future and what are they actually doing this for. That's why I be having a lot of conversations with a few young ladies, and I'd be like, okay, well, you see that it's some females that's been in the same position and predicament for 10 plus years.
Mm,
Some women that I've watched grow in the game, but it's like they didn't actually grow in the game. They grew kind of like within themselves, but not fully because they're stuck in the same spot, same position, and don't have the information. I had the opportunity of having one of these young ladies that's been down and around and doing the same things for 10 years, and she literally knows nothing.
oh shit. But it's true though. He not lying.
No, I've
She
seen.
literally she literally knows nothing, and like was mad at me because I'm like, okay, well, I'm treating you as a veteran hoe or a veteran lady of leisure of this game, and I'm expecting certain things, and you're telling me I can't expect those because you haven't been taught that. I don't know what you have been taught. It's been 10 years. I'm expecting you to have been taught or to know or to have learned the basics of we're outside. Why are you on your phone? We're outside. Why is your back turned to the traffic of what's going on? Like, why are you not paying attention? How do you even let somebody run up on you to even get up on you and snatch your phone?
You know what I
Like,
learned? I'm glad you said that, Major. I'm so glad you said that. Like when, like what I learned, a lot of young ladies, they'll play stupid. They'll play like they don't know better, and it's not the fact that they don't know better. It's just that they don't want better. Like so, like when you like knowing to get off your phone. You know what I mean? It doesn't take rocket scientists. It doesn't take a Martin Luther King speech for a bitch to get off her phone. So what a lot of young ladies are trying to establish is power over a man and put him to work and he's trying to explain things to her. He's trying to motivate her and give her game at the end of the day. And she figures, you know, I need the game, but it's a manipulation tactic. She knows better. She just wants to put you to work so she can cover up her bigger agenda. She knows better at the end of the day. She's just trying to see what you know. So she plays stupid. And another thing is, if they don't know at the end of the day, it's because, yes, a young lady might know how to say a couple things to a trick that she heard her wifey say or something she heard a previous pimp tell her, but she'll never truly evolve within the game because she never submitted to some authentic folks. She never submitted and
Exactly.
committed herself to a man within the lifestyle, a gentleman of leisure. That's why she's been in this shit for 20 years, you know what I mean, since Jesus was crucified, and the bitch ain't learned nothing because she hasn't learned how to submit to a man. How do you expect to learn how to talk to a trick if you haven't learned and submitted to your folks? A lot of bitches, they frown at their folks on the blade, but they smile at a trick. They respect tricks more than they do they folks.
That's deep. And again, see, and that would be the truth, and that will hurt a lot of
Yeah,
these young ladies.
yeah.
Yeah.
They would like that one. They stay the hell away from Ambassador Ron because he's a scientist of the game and not just a librarian. And you know, you have what, 3 great speakers on here. You know, a lot of young ladies that hear this and say, "Oh hell no." You know, the
They
way they
already
talk,
did.
they don't. They
They
sound like
already
they're on a
have.
dick diet. You know what I mean? Why they not sitting up there talking about how, you know what I mean, they want to hit it from the back and eat booty and sit up there and, you know what I mean? Won't you niggas sit up there and make it more exciting? Talk about, you know, the last bitch that you fucked within the lifestyle. And how long did you fuck her? Don't tell me about how long a bitch stayed down and, you know, how long you want a bitch to stay down. You know what I'm saying? Tell me about the fun stuff. You know what I mean? A lot of young ladies, the things that we talking about right now, man, this is only for the authentic hoes. You know what I mean? That really want some real folks. You know what I'm saying? This live is for the young ladies that's actually interested in some real folks. You got Major, you got Ambassador, and you got God's Gift, man.
Now, the game is universal, so I can only explain it like this, right? Within our culture as Black people, our culture is very, very contagious, right?
Yeah.
And that's why every other ethnic background gravitates towards us. Now, the fucked up thing about it is not,
How many
not only,
bitches do you got? God's Gift? A bitch gonna interrupt you and say that.
Just like that too.
hey, for real though.
You
See,
talk
and
so the galaxy in the world, you know, the meta forces come
nigga,
together.
fuck all that.
How many
Where
bitches do
we
you
at?
got?
Yeah,
Can I get a wood?
I'm already knowing.
My bad, guys. Go ahead.
No, you good. But see, our people, we value entertainment more than anything else.
Yeah,
Yes.
If a motherfucker can make you laugh, make you smile, make you do everything but fucking think, they gonna go after that.
yeah,
So that's why somebody in the game,
Or
you
make you
know,
think the right way. My apologies. Make you
no, you
think
good.
in the right directions. You know,
I
because
mean, that's a good
you can have little
point you're
shitty and little
making.
Ray raking over here and fuck off and manipulate your mind and have you thinking, but have you thinking some way off the wall type shit. But when you have good gentlemen like ourselves that actually sits there and stimulates your brain
Mm-hmm.
rather than, cause the turmoil and the trials and tribulations of stress, actually stimulates your brain in the right direction. That's the beauty of it because, again, like I said, you got a little shitty and little Ray Ray can, just have you all fucked up in the head all goddamn day.
that's
Now
fact.
you gotta think about this. What percentage of individuals just in the world in general within our culture doesn't even gotta be the game actually would want that though?
Phew,
Because we living in this is a fast. I mean, life is fast in general, but
man.
I mean, shit, this shit come even faster. So to think about it, your average, I'm talking about average and below average motherfuckers, not extraordinary people like us, but your average individuals that's in and out the life, they don't give a fuck about nothing educational.
No.
That's why they're in the positions that they're in within life. And especially somebody within this lifestyle who values money over everything, you know, and even those that ain't getting money, a lot of these bitches just want to be entertained. They come outside to be seen,
Mm-hmm.
not to get no green, but to be seen, you know. Hey, bitch, what? You got the blunt? Yeah, bitch, and I got the Hennessy, bitch. Come on. Everybody.
I,
Hmm?
I love what you said. They come outside to be entertained, and they're paying entertainers. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Whoever looks like their best, their favorite rapper that they listen to, you know, well, he looks like, you know, the nigga that I like.
Yep.
So a lot of bitches have secret fetishes and secret admiration towards individuals that have no calling in the game. You know, and the bitch, I think that she want one of the niggas that don't even desire. He doesn't have nothing about him says gentleman. If she wants that within this lifestyle, she really wants square results in the lifestyle of Pippin and Horn. Because where have you gone? Look at your friends. Look at the ex-hoes within the gang. Where have they gone? You know, if you're gonna keep choosing a nigga because he got dreads, at the end of the day, don't be surprised that your life is in turmoil. You keep choosing niggas with dreads. Choose a nigga with a fade. Choose a nigga with a fedora hat. I'm fucking around. Choose
Yeah.
somebody with principles and standards,
Yeah.
of course. But stop choosing based off of the appearance. Choose based off the intellect. A lot of young ladies are choosing off of their pussy. You choosing based off of what your pussy want. You're not choosing what's best for your mind. A lot of young ladies don't even use their mind. The only purpose of their head, the only purpose of having a head is to put a wig on it. You
Mm.
know what I'm saying? You have to use your mind at some point. You can't continue to choose sensations over success. You can't hold forever. There is no 401k within the lifestyle. So at some point, you have to say, you know what? I've been choosing hustlers. I've been choosing hotel hustlers. I've been choosing niggas that's bargaining with me.
Yeah.
I've been choosing scammers and niggas that's hoodwinking me and bamboozling me. So, you know, this is the opportunity. I'm at the age now where I need to get online with Major Web. I need to get online with God's Gift. I need to get online with Ambassador. You know, otherwise, don't treat the pimping, like I said earlier, like a bag of chips. Your youth is something that you have on your side, and you're going to eventually expire.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true. Now, with the entertainment side, right? When you value that over education, especially within this game, you liable to do anything, and that's why a lot of bitches end up dead. You know, because I've been seeing that a lot
Yeah.
lately. A
Yeah.
lot of bitches that's been down and around getting it. We already know. We don't even got to talk about that. But a lot of unfortunate shit has been happening that I don't wish on nobody in the game. But if you was fucking with somebody who cared about your life and not just the money that he can make from your life, you wouldn't even be in that position. And even if you did get placed in a position, because that's what unfortunately happened, this game is going to make a way for you to get out of it, you know, as safe as possible. But you got to be educated for that. These niggas don't even value education. These niggas is just like, look, I'm going to just keep it all the way real. A lot of these niggas in this game is just like the bitch. And Sinful told me this a long time ago. Them niggas like shiny shit, just like the bitch do. So they going to be impressed by cars and clothes and jewelry and all that shit. And that's what they're going to perceive this game to be. That's all it amounts to. Who got the most money? Who got the nicest car? Who got this? Nigga, who got the brilliant mind around this motherfucker? You know?
Having a mind, you know, and using your mind, they haven't seen, they haven't, their only view of somebody liking them at the end of the day is through sex.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Through sensations.
yeah.
So that entertainment that's being provided is a sensation. It's a dopamine rush. So what we have to do as authentic representation, what we must do is provide edutainment, education in the same breath, and entertainment in one. It's almost like you have to entertain them, but educate them all at once, where they don't even know that they're being educated.
That's true. You
She don't even know
have to do that.
that she's being educated because they look at education and they don't even know what education within the lifestyle is.
Yeah.
If you ask them, what is education within the lifestyle? What do you love about the lifestyle besides the money? What is your definition of being turned
They're
out?
not gonna be able to give you an answer.
Have you ever took a man serious? You know, name a time where you took a man. How do you want a family if you've never taken a man serious? You know what I mean? How many cute niggas do you have to fuck in order to take your life serious? When you start to ask serious questions,
Yeah.
you know what they think? This is the first thing that they think. And I said this earlier on the live and will continue to say it. Him having this mental capacity and this level that he has, that equates to me not getting sex. Because they in their head they think like this. If you have intellect, if you have game, you're replacing that with something that you're lacking.
Mm.
The niggas that's entertaining at the end of the day, that's all, you know what I mean? That's all they got. That's all, the only thing they have to hold on to is dick and entertainment.
Yeah.
You know, and a whole bunch of laughter. So when they run across some authentic folks, a lot of them are scared because they don't think we can provide entertainment. They don't think that we're diversified in regards to game and bringing the best version of them out. And to be real with you, some are doomed. Some bitches are just doomed. There is no hope. There is no luck. There's nothing for the future for them because the simple matter is they didn't belong in this lifestyle. Some are green and some are square at heart, but majority are square at heart. And they're only doing this because they want a baby. And if they can't control you and manipulate you at the end of the day, if I can't control the narrative, then I don't want to be with this man anymore.
Back.
Yeah, that's some real shit. And you know, that reminded me of a situation I was in, man. And like I said earlier, I don't look at the game from a carnal aspect, you know. I look at it from a spiritual aspect because I'm a spiritual person, you know. My name is God's gift for a reason, and that's my real name. Now, I was in Miami, and I ended up coming up on a little situation one night, and then one of my partners ended up coming in the situation, right? And money's gonna come with the territory. That's what Sinful taught me. But he said one of the most important things is that if you care about yourself, then as a man, you got to care about who you with or who's with you. So this is how I know when to stay away from somebody who values money more than anything. It was a full night. We on Ocean Drive. They about to, you know, get down and around, do their thing. And I called them together. And I was like, look, we about to pray before we go outside. And in the middle of me praying,
I remember you telling me that.
this disrespectful bitch was like, oh my gosh, like, I want to go get some motherfucking money, man. All this praying and shit that you, and I was like, bitch, you could go. Ain't nobody stopping you from, you not even my bitch. You could go. Get the fuck up out of here, right? And I didn't have to express it to her like that, but I was like, okay, you go, you know, go do your thing. But then the one that I was dealing with, we stayed there, took the time to acknowledge God before anything. You know what I'm saying? Then this game, then boom. You know, go handle the business. But that let me know so much right then and there that individuals who value entertainment more than everything, value money more than anything, they're not about to give a fuck about my life and what I value. I got to stay away from them people.
Yeah.
You know, so for the young ladies who's listening to this, be very mindful, be very observant, be very aware of who you are choosing to give your mind presence and time to.
Facts. Like, be very mindful, conscientious, and a pimp is not somebody that treats you like shit. A lot of young ladies think, oh, you're praying? Pimps don't do that. That's some square ass shit. They've associated anything with good behavior or great behavior from a man with square ass shit.
Yep.
They associate stability with tricking. If you have stability, you're a trick. They associate good folks as a baby daddy. If you're some good folks nowadays, they automatically think you a baby daddy material.
Yep.
They haven't seen what it looks like to be good folks. They don't have a reference point of good folks. The only reference points they have of good individuals are squares. But when you run across some great folks, because yes, a lot of guys can emulate, impersonate, recycle, repeat, regurgitate a lot of things that are being said. but there's key factors for you to distinguish real folks versus a nigga that just come with a whole bunch of nursery lines or just sounding good.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because just because you have information doesn't make you a pimp. Just because you have game doesn't make you a pimp. You can have some game. You know, me coming from the Bay, it's a lot of niggas that got game in the Bay. But does that make them
Facts.
pimps? No. For all the young ladies, ask questions. Some of the essential questions, even Sinful brought this up at some point. Ask that person, who are you? You know what I'm saying? Look at how he conducts himself. You know what I'm saying? What has he done on a consistent basis? And I'm not saying that you should sit up there and interview a pimp, because it's not your job to interview a pimp. But, you know, at the same time, just analyze. Analyze. Have conversations with the individual. But when you have conversations, make sure for all the young ladies out there, extend a generous gesture and respect the individuals within the lifestyle, because I
Yeah,
don't want many to
it's
listen to.
because it's not what you say, it's how you say
Yeah.
it.
Come
Or it's
on,
not
man.
what you do, it's how you do it. Because you can have a conversation
Yeah.
if you know how to choose your words correctly. We can talk
Yeah.
about anything in this world as long as you know how to talk.
Absolutely. It's so funny. Damn, I got so many situations. That, but we go through it in order to get to it in the first place, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the game is going to test us out, and then with the game test us out, we're going to be able to have our testimonies because of that. You know,
Mm-hmm.
I remember I was down and around a certain area. Um, this is two separate situations. When I was down on the FIG one time, get this little whatever out of pocket, you know. I could already tell because of the environment that she's raised in, she has a certain way of thinking. And you remember me telling you this, Ron.
Mm-hmm.
And so we chilling, we talking, and with us doing so, I'm like, so what decision you want to make? Oh my nigga, you know, he at the studio right now, and I'm like, that nigga's in the studio and you in the street. That nigga don't give a fuck about you right now. You know, he trying to make it hit. That's it. And then once he do, he gonna dip on your ass. Oh yeah, you know, but I'm trying to give him a chance. He cool. I'm like, look, what is it that you want to do, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the bitch was like, well, you know, I got my stuff, all her luggage at the laundromat.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, okay, so you got one opportunity. Go get your stuff from the laundromat. We can continue this conversation and making it towards the next destination, or I could just drop you off.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a stay. So the bitch ends up staying, right? I end up getting this other situation out of pocket, probably later that night, and then the next day they happen to end up on the same street, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I pull up on my little situation, and I'm just looking at this bitch like, why the fuck are you even standing by her? So I
Mm-hmm.
end up telling the bitch, you know, take a hike, take a walk, end up getting her in the whip. I'm like, yo, why the fuck you hanging out with that bitch? That bitch don't want nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I know her. That's the home girl, blah, 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 this and that. Plus, she said you was a trick anyway. I must have put up on that bitch so quick, like rolled the window down. I'm like, what'd you tell this bitch? What you mean what I tell her? You told this bitch I was a trick? Yeah. What would make you think that? And this blew my mind, right? The bitch said, you talk to me nice. You were talking to me nice. I said, damn, because I got respect for my motherfucking self. I didn't have no matter. We didn't even talk about no money. We ain't talk about nothing about no pussy. We ain't talk about nothing what room we stay in so we could go do nothing. The bitch said, you talk to me nice. So that let me know, just like you said earlier, bitches think pimps is disrespectful.
Yeah.
That's what they gravitate towards. And regardless of all the shit that they talk about, how they like this type of nigga, this type. No, a lot of these bitches like disrespect.
That's the only
So
thing they know.
that's the only thing
They
they
was
know.
they've taken the squares philosophy, not even
Mm-hmm.
philosophy. They like disrespectful niggas before the
Yep.
lifestyle. So
I mean, I think about it. What the bitch on Fig? You got every motherfucking gang in Southern California disrespectful than the motherfucker over there. So you don't even gotta be this gang. You could be a hardcore gangbang, but if you like, bitch, you better, you gonna get down. You gonna, okay,
Yep.
bitch,
Okay,
gonna
dad.
line with that.
Okay, poppy. Okay, dads.
So with the sick, twisted, wicked mentality of if you're not disrespectful, you ain't no, you ain't no
No.
pimping.
Yep.
That shit blew my mind that day.
Because they they don't have a reference point of dominance outside of disrespect.
They
They
don't.
don't have a reference point of dominance outside of disrespect. And another thing is, in their minds, you know what I'm saying? They look at if you're not basically ignorant and then belligerent, that you soft or you
Yeah.
a pussy. So a lot of young ladies, they're a reflection of their environment. She's a reflection of her environment because she doesn't know what it looks like for a man to have power outside of disrespect. So it's hard for her to be a reflection of you when she's a reflection of her environment. If she's a reflection of social media, she hears Sexy Red saying, "Dreadheads do it the best." You know what I'm saying? That take me to Pound Town or don't come around. If you don't blow my back, I'm not gonna call you back. You know what I'm saying?
No, you right about that.
Big, big facts. She said there's a difference between dominance and disrespect, but like you
No.
said,
Yeah, I mean there is. She's right about that, but a certain individuals they think disrespect is dominance.
yeah,
They
yeah,
do, especially if you come from a hood environment. I mean, think about it. When we was up there where we was at, right?
mm-hmm.
All them niggas over there, they don't know nothing but disrespect with each other, with the niggas they got beef with down the street. You know?
Mm-hmm. And not only that, not only with the niggas that got beef with up the street,
Mm-hmm.
but it makes they pussy wet.
They do.
You know, if you don't add no spice to the gumbo mix, if you don't add no disrespect, her pussy ain't gonna get wet. She want to be. A lot of these bitches like to be disrespected. That's what make they coochie wet. And saying things in a prolific way, talking proper, that's not getting that bitch pussy wet. How can she envision you, doing all this lascivious things with her if you talking like you going to school with a fucking backpack? You know what I'm saying? So a lot of young ladies, they like to be called a punk ass bitch. Bitch, hurry up. Bitch, hurry up. You know what I mean? Punk ass bitch. I'm not trying to hear shit, bitch. Hurry up and go get that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Dumbass bitch. They like that shit. Bitch, oh, I like it when don't talk to me all nice and soft and shit, because that's how tricks talk to me. So there is no difference between dominance versus disrespect, and then the dominance to them is the disrespect, and then on top of
Absolutely.
that, a bitch will sit up there and disrespect you to see if you have any type of dominance within you. They don't
Yeah.
have a reference point of how to talk to a man. And I'm gonna say this: a lot of bitches is not gonna follow instructions unless you disrespect them. I'm not gonna follow nothing that you say. If you say, "Hey, I'm gonna need you to go hand me that right there," if you try to be a what they call a Romeo pimp, which I don't even like the terminology, but if you go hand me that right there, yeah, go hand me that, nigga. What you said? What I said? Hand me that. Any, anyways, would you say
Yeah.
Wookie? Would you say Wookie? Bitch, this nigga told me to go handle that. Like, girl, no, boy, bye. You feel me? If you raise your voice, check this out, punk ass bitch. You need to get your funky ass up, bitch, and go hand me that right there. You know what I'm saying? Ooh, I like when daddy talk to me. That's pimping. Now you're pimping. And let me just say this: just because you talk crazy and I wouldn't even call it disrespectful, because squares may look at the word bitch as disrespectful, but us in the
Yeah.
lifestyle, check this out, bitch is not disrespectful. Okay, let me just
Nah,
put that
that's
out there.
endearing.
You know what I'm saying? You said what? What?
I said that's endearing.
Yeah, that's
That
endearing, bitch.
means we might actually like you saying some shit like that.
Yeah, we say bitch. That means we actually, for all the squares that may watch this later, bitch. It's not a. I like the word hoe, bitch. You know what I mean? That's just more. It sounds good at the end of the day. But for many, you know what I mean. Many young ladies, they don't want to listen unless you disrespect them. You know what I mean? Unless you call her a punk ass, funky frog, little foot, soft ass bitch. You know what I mean? That can't
Yeah.
stand up for shit at the end of the day. You know, if you sit up there and say, bitch, you know you ain't shit. You know what I mean? You just a wrestler with a wig. You just a bitch that want to come out here and fight and get drunk.
Now
You just a drunk punk.
that's gonna work with those who really believe that about themselves.
Yeah, they like that. Oh, I know I ain't shit. Treat me like, because they associate the disrespect with sex.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They associate, and that's how you know the bitch just wants some dick. If you gotta get disrespectful in order for her to do what you want her to do, the bitch just wants some dick. If you can't say, bitch, go hand me that right there. You know what I mean? Without, bitches have their attitudes or whatnot, but it's a difference between disrespect versus mashing. A lot of people may consider mashing disrespectful. You know what I'm saying? But the terminology within the lifestyle is different than square terminology. So our definition of disrespect is different than the square's definition of disrespect.
Absolutely. Absolutely. See, and this is one thing that I've learned over time,
Mm-hmm.
because I'm a smooth motherfucker, you
Yeah.
know. I'm not big on aggression as far as like guerrilla tactics, like a lot of these niggas use, you know, because it puts fear in the bitch and it's like, oh my god, yeah, big gorilla man type shit, right?
King Kong.
Yeah, I'm too smooth for a lot of that shit, you know. I have a smooth aggression because I'm gonna say something, I'm gonna be so firm with it, but it's gonna come off so seductive, and that's only going to gravitate towards a bitch who understands that dominance as a man is something that I don't even gotta do anything with disrespect.
Facts. Facts.
I got to the point to where I don't even like to cuss around bitches. And the reason why is because I'm developing my vocabulary.
Mm-hmm.
I might be in a powerful situation in a room where it requires me to be mindful of my tongue, not to say certain things. You know, but your average motherfucker, they gonna cut bitch this, hoe that, you know, all types of dumb shit they'll be able to say. But as things have been taking place and advancing within my life, a lot of the women that I've came across, I don't listen to necessarily any vulgar music with them. Anytime we do have conversations with each other, there's not a lot of cursing within it. And I don't really gotta ask them bitches to do nothing. Not in no aggressive, not in no guerrilla way.
I'm glad you said that.
Yeah.
I'm glad you said that too, because I want the gentleman to know that the type of young ladies in which you approach will determine what type of approach you should have. You know what I mean? The type of young ladies that you approach will determine your approach. Like if you wear a suit, the suit has to match the pursuit. You can't have, tailor-made game and give it towards a bitch. Like Sinful. I love the fact that Sinful brought this up. Tailor-made. A young lady was tailor-made for him. And there's a lot of bitches that are off the clearance rack. You know what I'm saying? Have the mentality that, you know what? I'm tailor-made to be great. Why would I give this tailor-made information towards somebody that's off of the clearance rack? You know what I'm saying? Have the mentality that, okay, if I'm not in the position in which I want to be in, I'm going to run across a lot of bitches at the end of the day that probably like disrespect. What I have to do is increase my vocabulary, like God's gift said. I have to increase my mindset, my spiritual frequency level, and give me a woman where I don't have to ask her or tell her to do this and that. She has a desire to do these things for me, and she doesn't want to be disrespected within the lifestyle. You know, Because if you're fighting an uphill battle towards a bitch that needs disrespect, because needing disrespect in order to get it, that's putting you to work. That's putting you to work. And you tired, your back hurt, your neck hurt, everything hurts, and you didn't even go work out or jog or nothing. You out of breath, and I'm a pivot. Why are you out of breath? Oh man, dealing with this punk ass bitch. And I see niggas straining their neck muscles on the phone. Just shut the fuck up. I've been there. I'm here to say that was me. I've been there. I've done it. And and I'm somebody that can say I still have done it. Yeah. Shit. You know what I mean? I'm still a work in progress. A pimp. You know what I'm saying? We go through some things, and I'm still a work in progress myself. But I can say he's absolutely right in regards to you have to campaign at something of quality. You can't be campaigning like Sinful used to say in the garbage can or the trash can, man. You gotta protect your treasure. Stop giving food for thought to bitches that want to feast the foolishness. You know what I mean?
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, but it only makes sense, right? We are going to attract, and this is any individual in life, who we believe that we are.
Yeah.
You know? So a lot of bitches who are girlfriends to boyfriends, or even in this game, we hear a lot of stories of them complaining about who the fuck that they with, yet as time and time passes, they still end up with that motherfucker, or they end up with somebody else just like them.
Yeah.
So it's not that you upset with this shit, bitch. You actually like this.
Yeah.
You like this type of individual. You'll call and complain about it, but you actually like this type because you're gonna go right back to it because that's who you are. So if I'm operating from the standpoint of I'm intelligent, I value myself, I have priceless characteristics, I can't expect somebody who don't understand any of that shit to respect it. It's gonna be disrespected like a motherfucker if I choose to be with you. I can't go for that. I have to go for who I'm going to shape, mold, and build into me.
Fact.
That's it. Because in the lifestyle, out the lifestyle, I've always been a creator. I love to create. I look at myself as Dr. Frankenstein when it comes to this shit. You know, I gotta create. I gotta bring something alive. If I just accept you for who you are and what you've been, that has nothing to do with the mission that I'm on. I'm here to create. I'm here to build. You know, I love using this example with people. 1 billion motherfuckers drove through the deserts one day, right? Kept driving. They ain't see nothing but dirt and mountains and shit. And one person stopped in the middle of wherever the fuck they was at and said, I'm gonna turn this into $1 trillion a year location. And that just happened to be Las Vegas. Las Vegas has never had an economic downfall. But it started off from this vision that somebody had of creativity. So, as we all know it, because we've all been there, Vegas is a shit now.
Yep.
It's exactly what that person thought it was going to be, or created it to be. A never-ending economic place of people winning money and people losing money. But they created that shit. So if I'm going to use that example towards a woman, I have to create you into who you need to be for us, not just me, because it's not just about me. If I'm fucking with you, it's about you too. But if you said what?
No. I'm saying, man, like, no, I'm listening to you.
Oh yeah. So it's not an individual thing. Regardless of how people look at it, oh man, these bitches ain't shit, these niggas ain't shit. I'm in it for the money. I'm out for myself. You always gonna lose like that. This is a collective. This is a team thing. You can't be a champion and get to the championship round without a team,
Mm-hmm.
regardless of what sport you're in. You know, even tennis, for example, those are individual players, but they have a team behind them when they're not playing the game. They training, they doing this. Some people are there to be their motivation and inspiration when they fucking almost run out the shit. It's a chill game, the gentlemen and the women. Until you find exactly what the game needs you to find, you always gonna be either in the same situation that you've been in or the fucked up one, and that's just how it's gonna go.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of these bitches know. Damn, I've been running away from pimping all this time, fucking with this fake ass nigga and fucking with this trick ass nigga and fucking with this simp ass nigga over here, and there's nothing that's came about. I have not progressed in anything because I've been running away from what I'm in need of this whole time. I wanted to be entertained before. I got that. You know? I wanted the nigga to fuck on me all day. I got that. You know?
Mm-hmm.
I wanted the nigga that was going to set me down and let me do whatever I wanted to do. I got that. But damn, bitch, is this all your life is going to amount to right now?
There's no a lot of young ladies look at it like there's no sensation in success. You know what I'm saying? You said something that I love. You said we're creators. I love the fact that you said we're creators because my mindset is we're scientists of game. Because scientists are creators. You know what I'm saying? They're innovators. So a lot of bitches at the end of the day, they don't want to innovate, they don't want to create it, and they don't want success because there's no feelings behind it. You know, they can only operate under feelings. And I always tell young ladies, you want to know if you some home? You know you some home when you don't operate just off of feelings. You think about operating from the stance of what would my folks do? I'm going to use logic because I'm a reflection of my folks. You know, it's not that a young lady, she's not capable of logic. You know what I mean? It's just that she needs to be a reflection of her folks. That's why I said, what separates you from a square bitch? She was like, that's a good question. You know what I'm saying? I said, well, me being an innovator and me wanting to build you, part of that building process is you learning what separates me from a square is I'm going to use my folks. I'm going to use his information. I'm going to use his logic. And I'm going to be a reflection of him because I'm going to use his information and logic. A square bitch is going to go off of strictly emotions. So part of that building process is making sure she understands that. That's why I'm glad you brought that up. That was a great point.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I tell women this all the time. Your power source is your feelings. And whether they're applied to negative or positive, one is always going to outdo the other. My power source is my logic. So if my logic and your feelings aren't compatible and in agreement with one another, we're doomed from the jump. We shouldn't even fuck with each other. Because anytime that you're feeling a certain way, if you're not applying that towards how I think, we ain't gonna have shit.
Mm-hmm.
But if you apply your feelings, your emotions, all of that towards my creativity and my ideas, bitch, we gonna have everything. Things you can't even imagine right now. But me, being a creator, I can imagine it. And I just gotta get you to see the vision. And it might not happen overnight. It might take a while because I gotta get you to where I'm at. But once I do that, then you'll truly understand. Then you'll truly appreciate. Then you'll truly cherish. Then your life gonna be better. You're gonna be a better hoe to me. Well, first and foremost, a better woman to me. Then a better hoe. You're gonna be a better daughter to your mother and your father. A better cousin to your cousins. You know, a better niece to your uncles and aunties. a better friend to your friend. You're gonna be able to put your square friends on game that ain't got shit to do with the lifestyle. All because of what I represented towards you. All because of what I've shown you. All because of what I created you to be. And that's some powerful shit right there.
That's real powerful. Like,
Yeah.
even being a creator, the narrative of being a creator is powerful because that's a spiritual level. You mentioned that you're spiritual. Likewise, man, I'm very, very spiritual. I believe we're creators and innovators, like I said. So being a creator and innovator, that's the image of God. That's a reflection of God. So whenever we're a reflection of God, we're a spark of God, a young lady has to see that spark of God within us and want to be a reflection of that. So this game, this lifestyle is spiritual. It's not just about the money.
Nah, it's not. See, anybody can make money. That's not hard. This lifestyle is meant to turn you into who you exactly need to be, whoever that is, for a better life. Plain and simple. The money gonna come with the shit. That's the easy part is the money. The hard part is the education that you need in order to get it.
Mm-hmm.
You know? And I'm not talking about no average level type dollars. Shit, there's a bitch down and around right now that made $500 a day, and she's been down for hours.
Mm-hmm.
12 plus. Well, I made some money though. All right, bitch. A small amount of nothing that you're gonna burn through anyway. And even the bitches that's out here that's making racks. If you don't understand that shit can be gone so quickly, your life can be gone so quickly, depending on what you did in order to get that money in the first place, you're gonna be doomed. I don't want to fuck with no bitch that value money. There's somebody out there right now that want to choose up with me, make hella racks, hella money, but she does not appreciate anything beyond that. I don't want that bitch disrespectful when she be talking to other motherfuckers on live and shit like that, smoking and drinking, but the bitch get money. So, who gives a fuck? Bitch, money ain't more powerful than me. Money don't mean more than me. Bitch, you can never pay me enough. You know? God didn't make me out of no motherfucking money, bitch.
Okay. I'm gonna ask you a question because a lot of young ladies don't ask this question. You say it's not all about the money, but you want me to get down in it. You say it's not all about the money. Show me at the end of the day that it's not about the money. Because if it's not about the money, why should I have to go outside? Because you say you value principles, morals, and all these things. Okay, it's not about the money. Then I shouldn't even have to go outside. Because all these things are more important than the money.
Okay. Let me know when you're done.
I'm done. That's it.
Okay. I'm going to just let her know like this. Did I make you a better young lady? Or did the money teach you how to be a better young lady? This had to come from my mind, the information that you have in order to get the money in the first place. I've built you into exactly who you became today. And if you think about it, even if you wasn't in this lifestyle, you'd have to survive. So you're going to need money in the first place. I just don't put money in first place because that's my position.
That was deep.
I mean, it's true. I let them know. Money will never be more important than me. And I'm never going to make money more important than you. Because if that's the case, then, bitch, when you in jail and I care about the money more, wait till the motherfuckers throw you out. Fuck paying your bill.
That's
Bitch,
real.
I'm keeping this money. And then when you get out, you're going to get down, get some more. And if you go back to jail, bitch, the same thing going to happen. What? No, I don't operate. No, bitch, because the longer you stay in there, the longer you staying away from getting down. That's and that's a small example of this shit. Bitch, we gonna need some place to stay. We gonna need food to eat. We gonna need clothes on our back, and we gonna need something to get around in. That takes money. But if you was sick as a motherfucker in the hospital, almost dying, needed some type of medication or health surgery, whatever the case may be, I'm not about to be like, damn, this bitch just stacked up this motherfucking 100 racks and she needs this shit done, or her mama need this shit done, or her dad. Man, hey, them motherfuckers just gonna have to suffer. No. We got the money for situations like this. Let's go take care of that. Because the money only means so much, and it's only going to go so far. Especially if you're not a wise watchman over it. You know? So, just that in general. The money's not the important thing. Me as a man, you as a woman, and this motherfucking information from this game is important. Because we're going to have everything because of that. So does that answer your question?
Yeah. That answers the question for a lot of the young ladies, man. Because a lot of young ladies they'll ask that question. That question for they definitely have that question to ask for sure.
Yeah. That's that was a good one too. That was needed.
Yeah.
That was definitely needed. You know?
Because they're gonna ask that like, you say it's not about this. It's not. So take me as a square. You know what I mean? But you answered it. You answered it the right way. You answered the prolific way for sure.
Yeah. See, for those who are already in the game, and we know individuals like this and came across them, that do teach the bitch that the money mean everything. That means they gonna take everything that comes with that money, the disrespect, the neglect, the not following instructions, but they still getting paid. You know, a bitch following my instructions means way more than money. Her submission to my dominion means more than money. I don't even want to. Sinful taught me this a long time ago. Nigga, you're not even supposed to accept no money from a disrespectful bitch.
Come on, man.
What does that say about you? You don't think she paying attention to that? That's why I said a lot of these bitches see us a certain way already, and only we can fuck up the image. Only we
That's
can.
true. That's
so
true.
With that being the case, never. A man ain't gonna put shit over his manhood. Straight up. And before you a pimp, you gotta be a man in the first place.
And that's why I always ask the question to a lot of individuals: what separates you from a boyfriend versus a pimp? Because the reality is, a lot of niggas they don't know the difference. Like a boyfriend, there's nothing you can do that'll make him leave. With a pimp, there's a lot of things you can do to make him sit up there and blow on your ass. Because a pimp can leave too. A pimp can blow too. So a pimp has standards. And, you know, I definitely agree with that. Now, I'll be lying to say, I'll be lying to say, oh yeah, I never accepted money from a young lady that was disrespectful. Because young ladies do have moments. And I'm going to be honest with you, I'm not going to sit up here and lie. I've accepted money from individuals that I'm like, man, you know what? I wish I never accepted money from this young lady. Because the reality is I still needed to go through that to realize the importance of my value.
Absolutely, yeah.
So for all the young individuals within the game, you may experience mistakes, but with the multitude of counsel, there's safety. So you have individuals telling you now that you don't have to accept money from a disrespectful bitch. And I know a lot of individuals are going to hear this and be like, I hear you, P, but I gotta pay the bills. But my thing is this: are you really a pimp? If you can't walk away from disrespect, what is more valuable, the money, your morals, your standards, your pimping? Which one's more important?
Yeah.
Because you can't be a pimp if you can't walk away from disrespect.
Yep, that's some real shit, man. I remember my first situation ever. Mind you, the bitch I was telling you about when we first got up on here. She didn't come up in respect neither. You know, her household is very disrespectful, so I can only expect for that to happen. Now, I remember this is a situation that we went through, and this is why I had to, bounce up out of that. So I was down in the run, and I'm like, man, where's this bitch at? Bitch been down here for this long, I can't find her. Anyway, so I pull up where her location was, and I see the bitch out the side mirror, and she was walking with somebody outside of a liquor store, and I could just see her mouth, and she pointed. She was like, "That's him," and I took off, started the car up, bounced out, right, and I said, "Damn, I done taught this bitch everything she know. She wouldn't be able and have the capabilities of doing what she's doing if it wasn't for what I taught her in the first place. And this bitch gonna do some disrespectful shit like this. I don't know who this nigga is, It just looked like a big old trick, but still, you don't point your folks out and tell anybody who the fuck he is. You know what I'm saying? And with that being the case, I called Sin. I was like, man, what am I gonna do? What should I do concerning a bitch that's just overly disrespectful? And this is exactly what he told me. He said, well, I told you to get rid of that bitch before. So whatever you're going through, you gonna have to go through that. Holla at me when you get rid of the bitch. And he hung up. That's all he said. The conversation didn't even last a full minute. And right after he told me that, I said, yeah, he did tell me to get rid of this bitch. So I pulled up on her. I said, yo, we gotta go. What happened? What's going on? I said, nah, bitch, we leaving. Got her shit, drove her exactly where she needed to go. Dropped her back off at her motherfucking people's house and bounced out from that bitch. And that taught me so much. That taught me so much to today that I've just expanded upon that. When I reflect back on it, I've just grown more powerful within my value and respect in general. So, yeah, man, you don't have to. If a motherfucker that really value themselves, they're gonna walk away from that money.
Facts. If you can't walk away from the money, it's not in you. If you can't walk away from the money, you know what I mean. You don't. Not only is it not in you, but you're not this game. So,
nah, not at all.
well, I had to learn that too, because I got in the spirit of giving individuals chance after chance after chance, and for an individual that may be listening to this, I might be talking to you. I might be talking to an individual.
You know what's cold, P? I'm not to cut you off. A lot of, and I'm glad you said that word, chance, man. A lot of individuals will accept every chance that you give them, but they won't accept change.
Yep, that's a fact. And when they don't accept change, it's echoey as hell in the background. P, I ain't not gonna lie.
Oh, my bad. Is it better?
Yo, I still hear an echo, but
Can you hear me or not?
I can hear you. It's just an echo.
It's still echoey?
Yeah, it's very echoey. It's been like that for a minute since you got in the car.
Man, I'm in the fucking suburbs, man. There ain't no signal in the mountains.
That's all good. It's all good.
Yeah.
But no, you right though in regards to when you give them chance, that is an equal change. You know what I'm saying? Giving to somebody chances after chances after chances, all the chances you gave them is not going to lead to them seeing your value. Yo, I don't know what happened.
No, I'm still here. I just put it on mute, so it wouldn't echo.
Okay.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, chance after chance doesn't equal to them seeing your value. You know, you can give somebody. A lot of people make excuses for the bitch, including myself. I've done that before. That's how I have the wisdom I have now. They make excuse for the bitch. You know what I mean? And oh, she's gonna change. She's gonna change. She's gonna change. You know, at the end of the day, change comes from a desire, a strong desire to wanting to change. And a lot of young ladies that y'all dealing with, they're not going to change. So you need to be the change. Yo,
I'm I'm still
yeah,
here.
no, that's it right there. Pretty K was hanging.
Yeah, I dig that. Yeah, man. So, whew, there's so many different topics and conversations and just different ways, man. We can attack everything with this game because we've been on this motherfucker forever.
Yeah, no doubt, no doubt.
You
This was a
know?
good live, man. I'm not gonna lie, this was a good live.
No, absolutely, man. We only gonna have great ones. That's it. Shit.
Yeah, no doubt. But what I'm gonna do is
Yeah.
I'm gonna end up ending this live. I may post it on YouTube. I may or may not. But we already gave our information in regards to if somebody wants to have a conversation with us. So I appreciate everybody that joined the live. Do you have any last closing words?
Um. Well, for those who enjoyed the live and got educated and entertained from it, most importantly, educated, and you desire to have another conversation and see where the destination leads to later, don't be afraid to DM. You know, that's what this game is here for, in order just to educate, elevate, and empower. And that's what I'm about. But if you know your ass don't want to be the best you, do not come asking me no motherfucking questions because it's going to fall short to your ears anyway. You know?
No doubt, no doubt, no doubt. You know, in regards to Ambassador Ron, make sure that you subscribe. Make sure you hit that like button and comment.
Absolutely. Y'all subscribe to his YouTube.
Subscribe to the YouTube Ambassador Ron 16. We're gonna have a lot more lives like this in the near future. So definitely stay tuned. Definitely stay tuned.